And we are on the air.
Hi.
Welcome, everybody, to another Level 2 stream of E3 2016.
Oh, we're doing them all.
Are we officially? Is this officially halfway? We're officially halfway, right? We've done 3.
We've done.
There's 2?
We did EA. We did Bethesda. We did Microsoft. We have Ubisoft, Sony, and Nintendo to go.
God.
So we're halfway after this one.
Halfway after this one.
Yeah.
So Ubisoft is happening here in about half an hour. They're an interesting company.
They are.
They're. Oh, I hear myself. They're
French.
good, but they're French.
They're French.
But they tend to skew the truth in E3 quite a bit.
Yeah, I think they have a reputation for that now, which is a shame because they are a very valuable company to gaming in general, and I think they have some excellent releases. If you're looking at games like Assassin's Creed and
even the
Far
Division.
Cry series and the Division and anything Tom Clancy, really, like they've actually helped to change and mask the landscape of gaming over the years. However,
that being said,
they've had a rough go of it lately, I think. Ever since, let's say, Watch Dogs / Assassin's Creed Unity / Far Cry Primal, they've had this kind of reputation of, showing something in E3 that isn't necessarily what you can expect in the full game. Watch Dogs was gutted, completely gutted, by the time it came out to release, to the point where it was obviously kind of a false front that was shown at E3. Assassin's Creed Unity had its own fair share of trouble too. And it's a shame because they are a good company and I think they try really hard, but I think what happened was they almost became like a failure of their own successes. Because, you had the fans clamoring for a new Assassin's Creed every year, and you had a new Far Cry every year, and they have this kind of thing. I don't know, I just call it like the Ubisoft open world, which is basically where
every one of the games
you have an open world, you have different bases that you have to take down, you have different, you have super secret areas, and it's almost the same mechanic for a lot of their open world games, which is a bit of a shame. But I think they're working on it, and I think they genuinely this year should come out with some good stuff. So speaking of which, anything you're particularly looking for?
Anything I'm looking for? I mean, the one I'm looking forward to the most is probably not the biggest name one, but it's South Park: The Fractured Butthole. Or should I say South Park
Fractured
Butthole.
Butthole.
Butthole. It's interesting because the first one, Stick of Truth, kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody really expected it. There's been South Park games that have been in the works for years and just they were crap or they never came out, whatever it may be. And Matt Stone and Trey Parker, right? That's their names?
Yep.
I always get them backwards. I always say Matt Parker and Trey Stone. But it's Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
You were right the first time.
Yes. They've released Stick of Truth, which is I'm going to use some words, RPG light experience.
I would agree with
that. It's turn-based combat, which I'm not a fan of, but the reason I play that game is because it is South Park. That's the main reason why. So I'm excited to see what they do. The first one, like I said, kind of hit us out of nowhere, and when they were done, they're like, "We're done. No more games. This took way too long."
Yeah, it was interesting.
And then last year they came on stage, they're like, "Hey, we're back," and we were like, "What?"
I don't think they were expecting it to be the success that it was. To be honest, I think they knew it was going to be good, but I don't think they knew that it was going to be.
It was like watching a TV show. I mean, that was crazy because
incredible game.
And South Park lends itself to that because of the art style.
Absolutely.
I mean, we were talking about Cuphead during Microsoft. The same concept where that art style is a TV show, but it's a video game.
And luckily, the South Park creators have built their entire kind of thing about a simple art style as well. So
they started out a little history about South Park. They started with little cutouts, and they just did pictures over top and would move them slightly, and then they went to computers, and then it changed a little bit.
So it lends itself very well to a video game in general. And I think the nice part about it was they definitely brought the humor along in spades.
Yes.
It was a very funny game. I think every South Park fan really enjoyed it. You were correct about the older games. Mostly they were not super thrilling. There was some okay ones. I remember there was like a first-person South Park game, which was a little weird. You would throw like snowballs at each other. You could have like a pea snowball and stuff, but that was on the N64. But
I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, the Stick of Truth was a great little game, and it's nice that they're working on something similar with this. I actually don't know a whole lot about it, to be honest. I don't remember
they're doing
the story.
oh, what's the series set? Like, I want to say it's like the Coon or something. Like
like the raccoon thing.
like the raccoon thing. So that's the main thing around it. Versus
So it's like a superhero game.
yeah.
Oh, cool.
Well, it's an RPG. It's the same game as they made before. Just from what I've seen.
The other one
with
had
new
like
skin.
twinges of like the
Lord of the
Game of
Rings.
Thronesy, Lord of the Ringsy episodes that they had.
Yep. So this is going off
This is more
that
like a superhero
Coon
one.
superhero whatever. I don't know what they call that series, but it's like a mini series within it.
With like little Butters, Doctor Doom or whatever he is, Doctor
So-
Disaster. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever it is. But yeah, that's what they're going for with this. So I'm super excited for it to see. That's probably, like I said, it's probably not the big name here, but that's one I'm personally most excited about.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you?
You know what? I posted earlier on Facebook, not on our official Facebook, but on my personal one, that I got this email from them that said, Watch Dogs 2 live unveiling, the most highly anticipated game, and I laughed out loud at the face of my smartphone, saying, highly anticipated? No one really. I mean, I think everyone wants Watch Dogs done the way it was supposed to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please. But, you know, saying it's highly anticipated at this point is kind of a kick in the face. Because you have some catching up to do. It's not highly anticipated. It's maybe anticipated just to see if you can turn the ship around on Watch Dogs.
Pull Assassin's Creed on it?
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Because Assassin's Creed, there was nothing like that before. So when the first game came out and it was a little bit kind of, lackluster, it was very predictable, it was very do the same shit over and over and over. Because that type of game had not been done in that style before, it was still impressive. Graphically and as far as the maneuverability of the characters and things like that.
The parkour.
Watch Dogs, Watch Dogs is not. So Watch Dogs' big hook was the hacking and kind of, playing around with the universe a little bit. And I think they absolutely dropped the ball on that. There was not anywhere near the amount of things that you were supposed to be able to control that you could. The graphical fuck up, I think is the best way to put it, was just mind-boggling. How they went from this kind of beautiful rendered environments where the raindrops were splashing off the puddles, and then they show you the actual game and it's not even close, like not even a shadow of what it was supposed to be.
Similar thing happened in The Division, but The Division is not nearly as bad.
No,
but
The Division pulled it off a little bit more, but
there's a
terrible.
significant difference that you can tell.
Yeah. And so I want to see Watch Dogs done right. Now, I was speaking to you a little bit before we went live here about there's this kind of weird controversy about that game right now as well, because in Watch Dogs 2, they've already announced that the prime protagonist is going to be a black gentleman who is, I can't remember, he's from Oakland, I think.
San Francisco is where the game takes place.
Yes, but he is from Oakland. And there was this whole thing about, 6% of the San Francisco's population is black, and it's kind of stupid, and blah, blah, blah. Which is ridiculous.
It's a video game.
It's a video game, and why not? Like, I remember a similar thing happened with Prototype. Do you ever play Prototype?
I know what it is. I've never played it, though.
Prototype is an amazing game. The first game was some white dude called Alex Mercer. The second game was a black dude. And, same sort of thing happened. People freaked out because people are stupid. But yeah, with this one, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I think the story actually sounds more interesting than the other one. As to whether it's my most anticipated, not really. You know what? I just want Ubi to do something different. I want to see an original IP. That's it. There's nothing on the list that I have of Ubisoft releases that we're expecting this year that's going to blow me away. I would maybe like to see a really, really interesting Far Cry.
Yeah,
because Far Cry Primal super let down.
I don't think you'll get one this year, though.
I don't think so.
I think that's a stretch for it. Sorry, I'm looking up information here on Watch Dogs real quick because I couldn't remember the dude's name. His name's Marcus Holloway.
Yeah.
It doesn't say where he's from though, but it's based in San Francisco.
He is from Oakland. Trust me, I read up on this before.
Yeah.
But yeah. But it's San Francisco is a great play area as well for a hacktivist, if you will.
So is Chicago.
It's in Silicon Valley. It's by Silicon Valley anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can expect there to be lots of nods to that type of environment.
I think it's interesting because did you see the trailer that they had?
I have not watched it yet, actually.
So they have a trailer. I don't know if it's leaked or if it's official. I don't know. I saw it somewhere. And basically, it was them talking about how many cars you could hack and all this. It wasn't really a trailer. It had gameplay footage along with them talking about it.
There's a lot of that lately, isn't there? A lot of just like chatting to the developers and not really actually showing the game.
But they did show parts of the game. Like there's one where they're showing like you can hack cars and there's a concrete barrier. You hack the car and the car goes and crashes and smashes this person. So like stuff like that. If that is what it is, and that's not just a single instance, they said every single car in the game is hackable.
Interesting.
If that is true, then I'd be a little bit more impressed by it.
I think we're gonna have to wait and see on that
Yes.
one personally. And you know what? If ever it was a time, Ubi, to bring out the big guns for Watch Dogs, now would be the time. Let's see it. Let's see the proof in the pudding. And even if you will, like, talk about the fact that you guys let down the Watch Dogs fans from the first one. I doubt you will, but I would love to see something like Bethesda, like some humbling kind of, you know, like, we listen to the fans, we know we didn't give you what we promised we were going to give you, so here's what we're going to give you.
Yeah, not just filler, actual...
That would make me feel better. And I know that Ubi has as a company, I don't dislike them at all. And I think that they did the right thing by the Assassin's Creed Unity fans by just offering up, like, free shit to everyone. Like, they give you, like, Far Cry 4 for free. I mean, fuck, man, that's a AAA game. So yeah, I think the other thing that people are going to be kind of excited about was the thing that they ended on in last E3. Oh, hi, by the way, to Delilah and Blue in our chat. We are live, so we can't see you guys talking, so feel free to chat while we're talking.
We have, what you can't see is behind you guys on the camera, there's
We
a
have
giant
TV
TV
with
that
all
has
of
the
your-
chat pulled up on it.
Yeah, so we can see you guys. But Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, I think, was the ender last year, if I remember. And that game looks pretty kind of decent.
It does. I've not seen too much on it personally. I saw the trailer that they released, about a month? Not even a month ago now at this point. There's something that was released not too long ago. And it looks alright. It looks like an Ubisoft game. I mean, that's...
Yeah, it definitely has the Ubisoft open world that we talked about, but you know, it definitely is intriguing. Any Tom Clancy game to me is kind of worth a look.
Does Tom Clancy mean anything anymore? Like,
I don't know.
that name.
I mean, it was supposed to be like, I mean, it was what, Splinter Cell was the first Tom Clancy game, wasn't it? Or was it Ghost Recon?
I mean, The Division's a Tom Clancy game.
Yeah, I think they just tag it on things now. It's kind of like, you know, just borrowing a movie title for a sequel.
Yeah.
But I think that the interesting part about this game is that it is going to be potentially contending directly with Red Dead. If Red Dead does get announced at some point in this conference. So you have, like, Wildlands, which is, you know, a little bit kind of wildy westy shooter, open world, and then you're going to be comparing that to Red Dead. So I think there's still a place for it, though.
I'm not just looking down on my crotch this whole time. I've got my computer in my lap here, pulling stuff up, and I pulled up the Ghost.
Looking at his dick.
Yeah, the Ghost Recon website, and they have 3 areas that they've already shown off: the jungle, the canyon, and the salt flats, which you can already see. They have 3 areas that are not covered. I wonder if they're going to reveal those today.
Maybe.
I'm seeing pre-order it. I don't know if they have a release date yet. I'm sure they do, or some time window. It does not say. It just says pre-order.
Find out, I guess.
Just says pre-order. Doesn't tell you when.
And then on top of that, we can probably expect them to touch on The Division a little bit, I would think. They did have some stuff with Microsoft this morning. They talked about the underground expansion, which will be interesting. And there's a lot of talk about potentially DLC for Rainbow Six Siege as well, which I think was another one of those games that kind of
that game sucked.
Looked better than it ended up being.
Yeah.
One thing I would love to see, and I'd be very, very happy to see it at this conference, is a new Splinter Cell game. I am a gigantic Splinter Cell fan. Do you like the Splinter Cells?
I'm not very stealthy.
Not very stealthy?
No.
Yeah, it's all the farts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
today I've been good today. I've been here since 10 this morning. We're going to
long
10.
time.
We're
Yeah.
here 12 hours pretty much.
Yeah. So, but Splinter Cell to me has always been a franchise close to my heart. I played the original back in the day, all the way through to the most modern iterations. So yeah, I had a great time with it. I think when they rebooted the franchise last time, they added enough to make it interesting. They took away some things, but all in all, it was an enjoyable experience. And it was one of those ones that when I first bought the enemy console, the Xbox 360, after owning the PS3 for years, I picked up the exclusive Splinter Cell game for that console and I had a really good time with it. So I would love to see Splinter Cell come back, at least in some form, even if they change it up a little bit and have, like, you don't necessarily have to have the same protagonist, guys. Like, it's whatever. If you want to have like a female protagonist or just a younger protagonist or whatever, like, you can change up the character. I think some people will be upset, but I think as long as the core values are there and Sam Fisher plays some kind of a role in the game, then I would be fine with it personally. Yeah. What else?
The game I kind of want more information on, because the hype train was real when they announced it, and it kind of honestly has died off a little bit since then, because they've not released much about it, is For Honor. Basically, samurai, Vikings, and knights all fighting each other in an arena-based. Not arena, I guess. I don't know what it really is.
Like a hack and slash.
Yeah, I don't know. Think. Yeah, it's one of those things where like I know kind of what it is, but I don't know 100% what it is. And I'm hoping they give us more information on it of like, because it looks like it's a giant online world game. Yeah. Online game. Is it only online? Is there single player? Is there story?
I think that's where we're going to... There's a lot of question marks around it, and I think it'll be nice to get some kind of clarity on it as well. It definitely looked kind of interesting. I think graphically it's very impressive. As to how the gameplay really pans out, I think that's one of those that remains to be seen situations.
I'm going to read directly off their website here what it is. For Honor is competitive third-person melee fighting, game mixing, speed, strategy, and team play with visceral, close-range combat and multiplayer action. It's a lot of words.
Yeah, so it sounds like they may be even going for the esport crowd with that and trying to make it so a lot of folks can play online. I don't know if they'll have a campaign with that necessarily. I think it would be ripe for a campaign, but whether they actually have one or not remains.
I would love, because this reminds me a little bit, like, when I first saw it, it reminded me a little bit of Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
That's what I thought about. And you have the 3 factions and kind of like warring over this area. Like, do that in the multiplayer area, but then single player... Or maybe even make it like an Elder Scrolls Online, where it is multiplayer, but you have single player elements and stuff you can do by yourself. Because, while yes, you could play like Elder Scrolls, you can play by yourself, or you can do most multiplayer games. All multiplayer games you can play by yourself. Technically, if it's built though for that multiplayer experience, it's way more fun with friends.
Yeah, it's not going to be super enjoyable for those loner gamers like myself out there that maybe don't like to dig into those big multiplayer things. I really hope they announce something Far Cry related this year. I was completely underwhelmed with Far Cry Primal. Certain parts of it I dug, but honestly, overall, as a longtime Far Cry fan, a bit disappointed. I would like to see something more interesting come out than Far Cry Primal, and I'm hoping that maybe they split teams and there was a different team working on Primal than was working on like Far Cry 5.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll see.
I mean,
at very least, try and bring in some interesting DLC for Far Cry Primal for those folks that did stick it out, and maybe I mean. Ubisoft is actually kind of king of DLC when it comes to things like, Blood Dragon for Far Cry 3 was literally one of the greatest DLCs ever released. So they have a good sense of humor about it. So they could do some interesting things, maybe bring in some like dinosaurs or something like that into it, just really like chopping it up somewhat. And
go Flintstones.
Yeah, that'd be cool to see.
The other one I'm super excited about, and they announced this I think it was at last E3, it might have been another conference, but Eagle Flight is VR.
Yeah.
It's on multiple VR platforms. I don't think they've specified which ones, whether it's Vive, Oculus, what's PSVR? It's like, what's the other one? I'm missing one. PSVR, or if it's where it's at. But it's interesting. It's like for what it looked like, it reminded me of like a fighter squadron plane game when you're birds as with VR.
Flipping bird.
So I'm real interested to see what it is. Like it could be a real interesting game.
Who hasn't wanted to experience flight at some point? And even though it's not real flight, I mean, VR is about as close as you're going.
It would be weird because like I don't know if you'd feel motion sick or not because you're flying.
I would love to feel like you got like a rush out of it. So you put on your VR headset, and as you're like swooping across, that you actually felt like viscerally affected by it. I think that would be scary for medical reasons, but it would be great.
Wait for the VR vest. That's the next thing. We'll give you a vest, and like when you go to take off, it just like grrr.
Get one of those big like those wind things that the pilots use, and just kind of float on it as you're strapped in. That would be cool.
That would be a lot of fun. But that one to me looks a little interesting, just because they announced it last year. They talked a little bit, and obviously VR last year was kind of a thing. I think now it's actually a thing. It's actually out now. This is the first E3 with VR released.
Yeah.
So
and still the big VR to come in terms of October.
Yes, but it is in the hands of people. I almost guarantee it'll probably be on Oculus. I almost guarantee it'll probably be on. I don't know if it'll be on Vive. PlayStation is one that's interesting. I assume they would partner with them. But
I would hope so. I think there's I don't think this game is too graphically hard to pull off on something like a PSVR. I think it would be fine. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to be testing the boundaries of anything. I expect to see a dance party at some time because it's Ubisoft, and Ubisoft loves their dance parties. They're just dance parties. And
if you watched like top 10 worst, Watch Mojo has like top 10 worst E3 moments.
I feel like 5 of them are dance parties.
Ubisoft is one and 2, I think.
Yeah. So, you know, it's a good time. Everyone has fun, but we get it. Just Dance. There's another one.
It makes money.
That's great.
It's a moneymaker.
As far as like fringe things to expect, I'm kind of a little bit hoping for Beyond Good and Evil 2. Those of you out there that have seen Beyond Good and Evil or played the original Beyond Good and Evil, it's a game that you would love, by the way, if you haven't played it yet. I think I have the remastered version somewhere. We'll get on it. But Beyond Good and Evil is a story of a photographer in this kind of very rare, like,
Rare as in the company?
As in the, okay. Yeah, as in the company. A very rare, like, kind of island planet where everyone is super happy and friendly and cartoony. And this evil shit happens. And the nice part about it is you do some fighting, but also you have, like, animal sidekicks and stuff. Like, one of your friends is, like, a pig, talking pig. Yeah. And also... like built into the gameplay is the mechanic of taking photographs, so they're actually like really important. If you take a photograph of something, you can collect it and things like that. It was about as close as like to like a Banjo-Kazooie or something that you could get for a semi-serious half-adult game. So I think you would fucking dig that.
It sounds complete opposite of what I play.
Trust me, you would like it. Just you have to trust me on that. And they have a HD remaster as well, so at least something kind of a glimpse, even if it's just like a quick like 30-second like, hey, we're looking at this, it might be a thing. I think you would dig it for real. And then there's Rayman as well, which is always a kind of a staple.
I love Rayman.
For Ubi.
I played that Apple TV version when that was good. When the Apple TV came out. And
I like the Apple TV.
It was funny because it was one of the few games where like I feel like somebody actually made a game for that platform, because obviously, I mean, my opinion is I don't take the Apple TV platform seriously as a game console yet, because it's not. It's iOS mobile games, and mobile games even I don't take as seriously as I should. They're big money makers, but as a gamer I don't play them as much as other things. So I think it's weird.
You're not a gamer.
They can't see that.
I can see it. Sure. He is not a gamer.
But no, the Rayman game on there was really fun. I've played a few of them in the past too, and I enjoy that. The problem I have with a lot of them is they all tend to feel pretty similar.
Yeah, I mean, they've been around for a long time. I really enjoyed that.
Probably
that one felt like one of the only games I've ever played that you could play with one hand, quite simply. Like
you can masturbate while doing it.
You know, in case you really dig armless cartoon characters. But, you know, it did feel like you said, like it was designed specifically for Apple TV, that last one, and it was something that you could play one-handed. Hello, Last Good Milk Pig. We were just talking about pigs a minute ago. Not you, but hello.
But Last Good Milk one.
There you go. And yeah, so Rayman is always fun. Raving Rabbit's less fun. Raving Rabbit's really could have been similar to a Mario Party style like mini game fest, if they would have put enough time and effort into it. And I think for kids, a lot of kids do still really enjoy those characters, but to me they're kind of like those minions that I dislike that you love, maybe more annoying than the minions. Yeah, so I'm sure there are folks out there that really dig it. And I think the big question mark is mostly going to be on Assassin's Creed, because they have announced that they are not going to be making Assassin's Creed a annual franchise from this point. There is a film. Do
you think we'll hear more about? Because the rumor has been that it's going to be basically Prince of Persia, Egypt. Is the rumored location. Do you think we'll hear anything about it, or do you think they're going to wait till
maybe?
Because the problem if you wait till next year is, well, I guess you could pretty much just do what Fallout did and announce it at E3 and release it at the end of the year. But a lot of times from my experiences, you tend to have 18 months lead time to something.
Yeah.
So they announced they're not doing it, but I think they might hint at kind of what it is, whether it's a cinematic trailer or just...
I don't think there'd be a problem with that if they just kind of hinted a little bit at it, but didn't show necessarily like gameplay or anything.
Probably don't have gameplay at this point.
Yeah, maybe like a cinematic or something, just so we know what's on the horizon. That would be cool.
Even if they... location, like just give us like tell me it's feudal Japan, or tell me it's Egypt, tell me wherever. Feudal Japan, I would love.
But I think they're going to be a little bit buzzing off of the potential success of the new Assassin's Creed movie as well. And for those of you that have seen the Assassin's Creed movie trailer, you could see that actually it doesn't look bad. They're definitely taking some creative liberties with
Careful
it.
what you say.
Well, I didn't think it looked that bad.
Warcraft was.
Well, Warcraft I give less of a shit about, but the the creative liberties that are taken are actually kind of interesting. Like the Animus has a giant claw that grabs you and holds you, so when you're running around, you actually are running around. You don't just kind of sit in this like like a tanning bed. Well,
You're not,
while you
you're not
become
doing
your
Avatar,
ancestors.
Avatar style.
Yeah. So I thought actually that the trailers and whatnot for Assassin's Creed, minus the Kanye West music, were actually really good. So I would expect them to maybe touch on it, maybe even bring Michael Fassbender out and sort of and maybe talk about it a little bit of the experience or something along those lines. Maybe even show a new trailer for it. I think that Assassin's Creed for them has become something larger than life, and it's something that the company is super proud of. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring out the big guns as far as that movie goes.
Who's making that movie? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Let's say if it's Universal, you heard it here first. Assassin's Creed at Islands of Adventure in 2018.
At where?
Islands of Adventure.
Islands of Adventure.
There's gonna be an Assassin's Creed ride at Islands
Is that
of
an
Adventure.
Orlando like theme park thing?
This is the theme park thing.
That's a theme park thing.
This is the theme park.
Sure,
thing.
why not?
Yeah, it would be interesting to see something like that. But yeah, that's my outlandish E3 prediction right now. Is Assassin's Creed will be at Universal Islands of Adventure in 2018.
All right, well, write it in the books. See if Keegan's right.
If I'm right, then
I'll buy you a cookie.
Yay!
So I think is Aisha hosting it again this year?
I think she was. I was trying to look that up earlier, whether we could. Let me.
Not sure. I think they're doing a pre-show right now, actually. So thank you for ignoring that and watching us if you are.
Nope.
Not so sure.
Shortly.
But the conference is going to be getting started here pretty shortly, in the next 5 minutes or so. So we will, of course, swap over to the conference live. You don't have to go anywhere. We're not going to send you anywhere else. We're actually going to stream it directly for you from here, so you can stay put. And then after the conference, as usual, we'll be jumping right back on to the microphones and discussing all the crazy shit that they come out with. I'm hoping for some more kimono shade rockin' weirdness moments from the Microsoft press conference
Ubisoft is
earlier.
good for something.
Yeah, they are good for weirdos.
You know what they're not going to do? They're not going to make a meme.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments section if you're watching what you are looking forward to for the Ubisoft conference. We will, of course, be live chatting with you in the conference as it goes on too. Myself and Keegan generally take turns at that. So
or we tag teams.
I'll try and tag my name if it's me saying stuff, but mostly if there's swear words, it's me. So yeah, do you want to cut over and prepare, or you want to talk to these guys a little
glad
bit?
to know that there's sign language for the theme park.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
right there.
Milk and a cow.
That's your theme park.
But we're gonna hop over to Ubisoft. They still have their pre-show going on, but we're gonna hop over there and the I was gonna say convention. That's not what it is. Conference. That's the other C word.
Okay.
Not the one you're thinking of. We're gonna hop over there, and like Tom said, we'll come back here when we're done and let you know what our thoughts on it. So we'll see you guys after
that
conference.
Conference. To the other C word.
Yes.
Yes. That was our year in review. Everyone make some more noise. All right, Justin, what's up?
So just a quick reminder, if you want to join the conversation, please use the hashtag UBE3. We'll be coming to you live from the booth and the Uplay Lounge starting tomorrow at 11:30. We've got interviews, we've got a booth tour, we've got master classes with a deep dive on all the games that you're going to see here at the conference.
That's a lot, man.
That's a lot, yeah. Man.
What more can we expect?
What more can we expect? Well, we're going to be meeting maybe some stars. Maybe some secret guest appearances. Obviously, we can't give you any spoilers.
No, you'll see in a few minutes. All right, now that about does it for our pre-show. Yes, I know it's a sad moment, but we have some safety announcement that we need to make.
That's right. Okay, so first of all, please keep the aisles free during the presentation.
Like we are doing right now.
Yeah, exactly. Follow our lead and keep the aisles clear.
And in case of any shit, please follow the instructions of the wonderful Orpheum crew out there. Thank you very much.
Yes, and obviously you can locate your nearest exit, emergency exit, just in case, who knows.
All right. Chad, are you having fun?
Oh my God, this is the most amazing thing ever!
Woo! Also, very important, please, no smoking inside. I know, that's gonna be difficult for the French teams. No smoking, please. See, one applause. Thank you.
Oh yes, I do have one more thing. We have a 360 camera up there, so if you guys want to wave to the 360 camera, we're going to be putting that online later. Yeah, 360. It's
We
the
have no
future.
idea where it is.
It's the future.
All right. Now, that does it for Justin and myself.
Does that do it?
I don't know. Are you guys ready? Are you guys hyped? No.
Actually, oh, I got something.
Oh, we have more.
Do you recognize Avery from the Just Dance?
Oh, yeah, I think I've met her once or twice. She's pretty cool. Yeah, she's okay.
If you recognize Avery from our favorite fan video, we're happy that you're here. And it's not E3 without an awkward fan interaction.
I deny everything. Sorry, Rick. Sorry.
All right, so to quote the immortal words of Aisha Tyler, this is Ubisoft.
Let's do that shit!
Stop me now. Don't stop me. 'Cause I'm having a good time, having a good time. I'm a shooting star leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go, go, go. There's no stopping me. I'm burning through the sky. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I wanna make a supersonic man out of you. Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. If you wanna have a good time, just give me a call. Don't stop me now. I'm having a good time. Don't stop me yes, now. I'm having a good time. I don't wanna stop at all. Yeah. I'm a rocket ship on my way to Mars on a collision course. I am a satellite. I'm out of control. I'm a sex machine ready to reload like an atom bomb. About to explode. I'm burning through the sky. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I wanna make a supersonic woman of you. Don't stop me, don't stop me, don't stop me. Hey, hey, hey! Don't stop me, don't stop me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't stop me, don't stop me. Have a good time, good time. Don't stop me, don't stop me.
Hey, everybody, thank you. Wow. Oh my God, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. You guys were confusing and awesome. And my mom has those boots, by the way. She wants them back. Ladies and gentlemen, you know when you see a dancing crab and a baby bird with a paper collar that you could only be at the Ubisoft E3 press conference. Welcome. Welcome. Dancers, can you guys bring it in behind me for a second? Just gather around. Get behind me here. It's a special year. And I want to take a moment to do something that's going to feel a little incongruous and potentially even uncomfortable for some of you. There's no smooth or easy way to do this, but we all felt really strongly when we were rehearsing today that we needed to say this. So before we start, everyone here at Ubisoft want to offer our deepest sympathies to the people affected by this weekend's tragedy in Orlando. Our hearts, the hearts of everyone in Paris, in France, in the United States and around the world are with you. And now, thanks, guys. And now, with a human giraffe on my right and a candy cane on my left, I'm going to make a very hard right turn and get into the fun stuff. Thanks for coming on, guys. Dance away. Dance away. The madness that you just saw was courtesy of the Movement Wizards at Just Dance 2017. Just Dance has always been at the forefront of innovation, bringing its experience to new devices and also introducing the world to the first dance-on-demand streaming service with Just Dance Unlimited. And today, Ubisoft is pleased to announce that Just Dance 2017 will be coming to all video game platforms and PC in October and to the Nintendo NX next year. Yes. Your life is not complete until you have a lion singing at you out of your television screen. Hello and welcome to everybody lucky enough to be sitting here in this theater and even luckier enough to be watching at home around the globe because you have snacks and you probably didn't shower today. I am Aisha Tyler. Some of you probably didn't shower either. There's no judgment here. I am Aisha Tyler, and I'm standing in the historic Orpheum Theater in vaguely beautiful yet faintly urine-scented downtown Los Angeles. It's true, right? It's underneath everything. And the badges are on everyone's necks and the smiles on everyone's faces can only mean one thing. It is E3 conference time. Now, 2016 is a huge year for everyone here at Ubisoft. It's my 5th time hosting this conference. Yes. And you all know what the traditional gift is for a 5th anniversary, yeah? That's right, my friends. Wood. Or girl wood, if you choose. Let it wash over you. Now, they always ask me, like, why do I continue to do this conference in the face of the overwhelming internet love that I receive? And it's not the money, I'll tell you that. Ubisoft is French. They're paying me in red wine and sarcasm, you guys. No, I come back every year because I love games. I play these games, I adore them, and I love being a part of the excitement that comes with revealing new games to the world. Every day, every year when I do this, I'm like a kid in a candy store. A really large, slightly masculine kid in a candy store. And speaking of excitement, it's Ubisoft's 30th birthday. Yeah, give it up for Ubi. Or Ubi. Ubi may be 30, but like everyone else here in Hollywood, it hasn't aged a bit. It gets drunk on weekdays and dresses inappropriately, but whatever makes it feel young. Now, over these 3 decades, Ubisoft has been flexing its creative muscles, giving its teams the freedom to push boundaries and create games that are memorable, fun, and sometimes a little crazy. So, enough talk. We're going to hit fast forward right now and get straight to the games. All right? Now, you may remember our next title from the end of last year's show, when it blew your fucking mind. And if you're at home playing a drinking game, yes, an F-bomb in the first 5 minutes of this show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ghost Recon Wildlands.
I offer the people a choice: to follow me or oppose me. If you follow me, I feed your families, give you shelter, medicine, and jobs, shield you from the tyrants, allow La Santa Muerte to protect you from death. I give you power. I make you rich. But most of all, I let you rule like kings. But for those that oppose me, I have only one thing to offer. and destroy it in front of your eyes.
It's all yours.
Ghost, hit the money, hit the drugs, then hit the king.
In Bolivia, the coca leaf is core to the culture. It's found in every gas station, every hospital, and every town square. And they use it for a variety of things, like treating nausea and altitude sickness, to a refreshing energy drink. But it can also be used to make cocaine. So we asked, what if? What if a Mexican drug cartel moved in, took over the entire country, seized all of those coca resources to become the #1 producer of cocaine on the planet, effectively turning Bolivia into a narco state? This is the world of Ghost Recon Wildlands. And you? Well, you're the ghosts. The elite spec ops drop deep behind enemy lines to create chaos and disrupt the alliance between a corrupt local government and the Santa Blanca cartel, ultimately going after their leader, the vicious El Sueño. Hi everybody, my name is Dominic Butler. I'm the lead game designer for Ghost Recon Wildlands. Now, Ghost Recon Wildlands is the very first military shooter set in a massive, dangerous open world that you can play entirely in solo or in up to 4-player co-op, with beautiful environments set across a variety of different ecosystems that will challenge and influence your gameplay at every step of the way. All of this takes place in the largest action-adventure open world Ubisoft has ever done. Now, in the gameplay we're about to show you, the ghosts already have a target. His name is El Pozolero. He's known as the Stew Maker because he makes the bodies disappear. Now, the ghosts know that their target is in a large Santa Blanca camp somewhere in the San Mateo province, but they don't know where yet exactly. And because Ghost Recon Wildlands gives you the total freedom of choice to do what you want, when you want, we put the power back in the players' hands to achieve their objectives their way. In this case, the ghosts know that their target has some vital intel. They want to take him alive, so they've opted for a tactical extraction. Let's go get that intel.
Here we go. The intel we need is supposed to be in this Sicario's house. Looks like it's upstairs.
Copy that.
Need any help?
Nah, I got this.
Okay, I'll take a look around.
Right, let's try to keep it stealthy. There's one right there. Boom, got you. I'm in. Oh shit, I've been spotted.
You good?
Yep, got it. Just moving upstairs. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, I got the intel on El Pozolero. He's in a camp up in San Mateo.
Cool, how far is it?
We could use a ride. You got a car out there?
No, something better. You ready to fly?
Let's go.
You got it.
According to the intel, the camp should be near this cliff. El Pozolero's a high-value target. He's gonna be well protected.
There's a camp. Oh, damn, this one's gonna be tough.
Yeah, we could definitely use some backup on this one.
Hey, you guys need a hand? Right on time. We're going after El Pozolero. We're at the east of the San Mateo base.
Got it. We are on our way.
We're approaching the camp from the west. We'll meet you there.
Copy that.
I hear this El Pozolero guy is supposed to be a hard target.
How bad does it look?
See for yourself.
Oh, damn. Looks like a whole lot of trouble. Tag the lookout. Can you get him?
Roger that. One less to worry about.
Okay, we're splitting up.
Weaver, can you get to a good sniper position on the south side of the camp?
No problem.
Alrighty, I'm moving in from the other side.
Copy that. We're moving in from the train station at the east end of camp.
Heads up, enemy spotted.
I got eyes on a sniper.
Wait for my signal.
Got it.
Now.
Tango down. Let's move. Okay, wait a minute. I hear something inside. Two guys. I got the one on the right. You ready?
Ready.
Go.
Good job.
Okay, I'm gonna deploy the drone and see what's up ahead. Looks like an old town that Santa Blanca's turned into a base. Oh man, there are guards all over the place. That bad? Yep, be careful.
One down, so far so good.
On my way in, guys.
Alright, let's see what's in this big building. Okay, I got him. Red gloves, gas mask. He's got guards with him.
Got it. And another one down. I'm moving through.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm close to the building. I'll try to find a way in. You saw anything else?
Oh man, I think he was dissolving somebody.
Like in a can of acid or something.
Yeah, looked pretty nasty. Come on, guys, let's move.
All right. I think I found my spot. Nearly there.
Careful, there's more of them the closer you get.
Only one left. Okay, I'm in position.
I have 3 tangos in front of me. Weaver, you think you can help?
I got it.
Going in.
Don't let this guy get away.
I see him. We'll talk about nightmare fuel.
Call us if you need us.
Don't worry, man. I got this. Shit! He spotted me. Guys, I'm spotted. El Pozolero's running. I'm going after him. Where is he? Get out of the way, man. Okay, he's in a white SUV heading for the east end of the camp. Following on a bike.
Got it. I'm moving to intercept.
This camp's on full alert, guys. We need to get out of here fast.
Shit! Oh, get in the car.
Where is he? Shit, no, he's moving too fast. He went the other way.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Hurry up, the gate's closing.
I am right behind you. Weaver, are you okay?
I'm good.
Frag out. I'm pulling out. Found a bike, guys. I'm on my way.
Hey, watch your fire. We need him alive.
I can't get a good shot. This guy's all over the place. Stop moving.
Okay, guys, I'm clear. Out of the camp, on the road. Where are you guys? Let me know you're... Damn, the whole place is going up. All right, I'm heading for the chopper now.
Damn, he's trying to ram the car. I gotta hit his engine.
No, I'm trying to slow him down.
Help is on the way, guys. I'll run this train. Where's the chopper? Where is it? I found it. Okay, getting in. I'm in the chopper, coming your way. All right, I'm on my way, guys. Hang tight.
Oh, no, he's not stopping. Oh, man, come on. I'm trying.
He's a tough one, this guy, huh?
No, we're not gonna push him off.
Looks like he's losing control.
Can you push him to the side?
I don't know how it looks up there, but that's what I'm trying to do.
Damn it, he dodged it.
Hang on, guys. I'm nearly there.
Oh, damn it. Okay, I got him.
Yes, he stopped. I'll get him.
Be careful.
Ride's here.
How'd you get, buddy? Hurry up, we got cartel reinforcements incoming. Up you get, and in you go.
Adios. Let's get the hell out of here.
I got him in my line of fire.
Well, hold him off. I gotta fly this thing.
And
We are clear, gentlemen.
Nice work.
That was a tough mission.
Oh, man, that was close.
Head over to GhostRecon.com right now for all the latest news and gameplay videos. For those of you here at E3, please come by the booth. We've got 4-player co-op demos, and we would love for you to try it. We want to get your feedback. Ghost Recon Wildlands will be released on March 7th, 2017. Thank you. Have a great show.
Crime in the United States is escalating at an alarming pace. The statistics are staggering. Urban centers are oversaturated with violence. And a wave of criminal activity has overflowed to suburban and rural areas. Dissolution of moral structure, international conspiracies, a multi-billion-dollar drug trade. No one knows the source, and authorities are helpless in stopping this epidemic of crime. Civilization is being pushed to the brink. To stem the rising tide of violence and re-establish order, extreme steps must be taken. The question becomes, who will take them?
I'm Jason Schroeder from Ubisoft San Francisco. I had the team put together a trailer. We just took some stuff from Snowdrop and said, make cool trailer, and that's what it puts out. So that's kind of the way that goes. But all that chaos, all that scary stuff is totally true. Thankfully, the Coon is up to the occasion. And who better to defend the town of South Park and really Colorado and really the world than superheroes or kids in superhero costumes. So, like the Coon, I need some help from some friends. Please welcome Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Oh, look, a comfy couch. This is sweet.
I had it
Finally,
brought in.
we can sit down.
I know, it's an exhausting walk all the way through there. So let's talk about the story. Everybody wants to know what's going on in the Fractured But Whole.
Don't know yet.
Yeah.
We're
Pretty
working on
soon.
it. Well, it really it picks up where the Stick of Truth kind of left off. You're the new kid. If you played Stick of Truth, you would know that in it you're the new kid who moved to South Park. And so the game's really about who you are, and you kind of define who you are in South Park. But whereas the Stick of Truth was like a fantasy send-up, and you end up being the king in the end. And it's like the next day in South Park, and the kids have sort of switched up, and now they're playing superheroes.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, and so we actually have a backstory that the kids have been playing superhero, but they got into a big fight about something, so they're in the Civil War part of their
kind of Civil War.
And in fact, Marvel wanted to call their movie Captain America: The Fractured Butthole, but we had already taken that name, so they had to call their Civil War.
Lucky. True. It's a true story. That's extremely true.
But also, we want to get into who you are as this new kid, and the fact that, in Stick of Truth, you really rose to being cool because you became king. But in this game, they've kind of switched games, and so you're back to being a douchebag again.
Right. So let's see how that douchebag was able to make it into Kun and Friends. Real gameplay.
Dude, what the fuck? Who let this ordinary citizen into the Kun lair? Listen, bro, we are all superheroes and you aren't, so you can't hang out with us. Please do us all a solid and fuck off. Hey! Do not touch that! That device can blow up the entire Milky Way galaxy! Jesus, fuck! Mom! The new kid is trying to play with the cube of ultimate destruction!
You be nice to all your friends, Eric. Be a good sharer.
Good sharer! It'll blow up the fucking galaxies! Stupid bitch! Look, dude, we already told you, you can't play. You aren't a superhero. You don't have a costume. You don't have any superpowers. Freedom Pals are adding people to their franchise. We should be adding people to ours. This dork, wearing a little crown? Does this look like a superhero to you? All right, have a seat, douchebag. Not there. That's Mysterion's seat. Not there either, stupid. All right, in order to play superheroes, you have to have a superhero persona. Then you can fill out your character sheet on Kunstagram. Do you have a Kunstagram page? Oh boy, you're not even on Kunstagram, huh? Well, I guess I can create one for you. Fucking unbelievable. Let's see. So the first thing we need to fill out on your character sheet is your class. What kind of superhero are you? Speedster. Ah, yes, like the Flash or Quicksilver. I like it.
Yes. Wow. Woo. That's what I'm thinking. Wow.
It was really important to us to be able to, and you guys, to be able to really create your own superhero. So that you saw on that UI that there are a dozen different superhero classes you can choose from. You mix and match powers from those classes and really make a superhero all your own. But what else is new in the Fractured Butthole?
That's obviously,
Just like
it's definitely more of there's definitely more of defining your character and kind of, in superhero movies, there's always the intense emotional center that motivates why you have to go out and fight crime. So it's a much, as you can already tell, it's a much more spiritual.
It's a more spiritual.
It's a more spiritual game. It's much more about.
There's actually a part of it that I'm really proud of where there's a gay fish in South Park and he loves fish sticks and. The gay fish actually wants you to help him get his mother into heaven. And so you get to journey up and try to help this little gay fish get his mom into heaven. And you're all acting like this shit's regular.
Shit is hard.
The shit is hard.
It was hard.
I hope you all saw the Kanye thing.
If you didn't see the Kanye thing, that won't make it.
Okay.
But you also, Cartman's the one who's kind of in charge of telling each superhero what their tragic backstory was that made them a superhero, and so this is what he comes up with for the player.
Right, let's see it.
Who let this guy join us anyway? Go easy on him, you guys. He's had a tough life. It's time they learned your tragic backstory. You lay awake that night. Like so many other nights, you couldn't sleep because you knew you weren't like the other kids. You walked to the mirror. You looked in the mirror and you felt alone. And that's when it happened. A loud noise. You swore you could hear your mother calling for help. You left your room. You left your room. Seriously, dude, just walk through the door already? But then you finally reached your parents' door. And what you saw when you opened that door changed your life forever and led you to fighting crime. You were too late, because when you opened that door, you saw your dad fuck your mom. What? Butthole doesn't trust anyone because his dad fucked his mom and he couldn't do anything to stop it. That doesn't make any sense. I know. How could the person you trust do that to the only other person you love? Cartman, everyone's dad fucked everyone's mom. Huh? That's how it works, stupid. Our dads fucked our moms. Oh, right. So does that mean your dad fucked your mom, Cal? Huh? Yes! My dad fucked my mom. That's why I'm here. Don't steal his backstory, dude. That's not cool.
I can see there's a lot of people that relate to that story.
Yeah, it's very personal for us, and apparently that does touch a lot of people.
There's very few people that can at least relate to it at some level, except for Jesus. So, we got that one out. So obviously that's pretty brutal. We've got another thing in South Park that's brutal, our combat, and we worked on that a lot together.
Yeah, the combat system is much improved from Stick of Truth, and it's a superhero game, so it has the combat is definitely the center.
Yeah,
Centerpiece
it was actually pretty cool because us and the guys from Ubisoft, we'd come down and talk about what this game would be, and we'd go back to my house afterwards and play board games, because I'm a big board gamer. So we'd play all like my favorite board games and tabletop miniature type of games and figure out how to, we still wanted to keep some of the turn-based stuff because it really makes it easier to do story. And so we just tried to do a big 4.0 version of Stick of Truth.
Right, I mean, all of those sessions, it's a lot of real clarity that comes from that. So what we ended up putting in is they'll combat space and time. So let's talk about it. First, let's talk about space. You're not restricted to a location anymore. Now you can move to get into tactical positions on your enemies. Ooh. You can also move to get behind cover. You can push and pull enemies, but they can also do it to you. You can knock them into props and get a little extra damage. You can knock them into other characters and get an extra attack. You can use some of your powers like Tweak here to get over obstacles. So obviously using space makes a big difference. Totally realistic. Next up is time. In the first game, your farts were legendary. Now your farts are so powerful that you can use them to rip the fabric of time itself.
Like Ghost Recon.
Woo! So, you can use that to rearrange the turn order. Mastering space and time makes a huge difference. I can't wait for you guys to get your hands on it. Let's bring it out with big volume.
It gets loud too. Yeah, it's a loud game.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. So then we did all that, and now we do the business part.
The business part? Oh, awesome. What's that part?
It's obviously been an amazing game for us to work on, and I think both of our teams have been having a ton of fun. And we're almost done, and now we have some exciting news for our South Park fans before we go. Anyone who buys the Fractured But Whole will get the Stick of Truth for PS4, Xbox One, and Steam for free. If you pre-purchase the game today, Fractured But Whole that is, and you can start playing Stick of Truth right away. So check out our website and for information and about our participating retailers. Right?
Yep.
Cool.
Sounds great.
You don't want to do it.
So we made a trailer if you want to see it.
Yeah.
Sort of shows what the boys are fighting about that was the Civil War Fractured But Whole part of it.
People want to know the release date probably too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What do you think it is? What do you think it is?
I'm putting my money on December 6th. The Fractured But Whole will be released on December 6th. That's it.
There it is. Thank you.
Thanks everybody.
Thanks.
Enjoy the trailer.
Bye.
Why did we choose this life? Why did we become superheroes? We dedicate our lives to fighting crime for one reason. To make $1 billion on a superhero franchise. Now let's go through the plan one more time. First, we start with the Coon movie. Then we do the Super Craig movie. Then Super Craig and Coon will join forces in the Human Kite movie, just as we start ramping up Kenny's Netflix series. How come I have to have the Netflix series? I want a movie too. You have a movie, Mysterion. You're in the third Coon and Friends United movie, after your Netflix series.
Yeah, but he's saying he doesn't ever get his own movie.
Do I get my own movie? Not everyone gets their own movie.
This franchise plan sucks. If we want to make billions of dollars, then I think we should start with the Tupperware movie.
Right, start with a black superhero.
Marvel is making a black superhero movie.
Yeah, now? They waited years to get to that. We follow their plan. We do all the real people first, and we sneak the black guy in phase 3.
How about we just do movies starring all of us, like all the time? But then we're just rehashing the same old material.
There's nothing wrong with doing the exact same movie to start a franchise.
Okay, J.J. Abrams.
Okay, so you're on Cartman's side?
He just likes this plan because he gets 2 movies in phase 1.
Guys, we have to just go with this plan. We don't even have one movie yet.
How did it get to this? How did we grow so far apart?
You go with the plan. Maybe we'll just go and do our own franchise.
Yeah.
Oh, you want Civil War? Is that what you want? Yeah, dude, Civil War. Fuck you. Oh, fuck you. Get out of my house.
We'll make way more money on our franchise.
Go ahead. I bet you don't even get halfway through phase 1 on your franchise, DC Comics.
I thought Civil War wasn't supposed to happen until phase 3.
Shut up, Super Craig. I didn't want to have to do this, but you leave me no choice.
Did I just hear someone use a microaggression?
If you have been playing that drinking game at home, you probably fell asleep on your computer. And now we move from the flatulent, prepubescent superheroes of South Park to the snowy post-pandemic streets of New York in Tom Clancy's The Division. Thanks to all of you out there, The Division broke records when it launched earlier this year, and today more than 10 million of you have spent up to 3 hours a day hitting a steady supply of high-value targets and trying to get your hands on the best loot in the Dark Zone. Well, here to tell us more about what's new in The Division, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Julian Garrity, Creative Director from Massive Entertainment.
Hey, how's it going, Julian? Welcome.
All right.
Thank you. And thank you for wearing those shoes.
I like to make everybody
I'm not
feel...
actually that short.
No, you're actually taller than me without these shoes on. I'm sorry.
I'll go with it. And thanks to all the Division players out there who are so passionate about our game.
Yeah, it's a cool-ass game. And you guys have been adding all kinds of new stuff to the game since it debuted. We heard just a little while ago about the Underground, so do you want to tell us more about what's going on with that?
Absolutely. So, in Underground, you and your team will be fighting against a dangerous threat hidden beneath the streets of New York City. And every time you play, the challenge is unique. That means endless replayability and even better rewards the further you go.
Okay, so, I mean, one of the coolest things about this game is it is open world, it is so robust, and you're making it more robust all the time. So are you going to tell us when we're going to get this new content, or do I just have to start taking bets? I know, I'm big and I'm also pushy.
Yes.
I agree.
Underground will be out June 28th on Xbox One and PC, and August 2nd on PS4. And this is just one of the updates we'll be releasing this year. Because for the Division team, this is a long-term commitment. We love this world, you love this world, and we're going to keep on making it better for you.
That's awesome. I mean, you know, I've been in love with this game since you guys first debuted it on one of the shows that I hosted, and I'm really, really excited about it.
Cool. And that's not the only thing we're going to tell you about today. We've got a little surprise for you. To celebrate Ubisoft's 30th birthday, we're giving our fans 3 exclusive outfits to use in-game. Ghost Recon, Rainbow Six, and Splinter Cell.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
You get an outfit. You get an outfit. Chad, you get the 3 outfits. Good for you, Chad. So, if you're a member of Ubisoft Club, all of these outfits will be free for you with the release of Underground.
It's like smushing 2 or 3 or 4 games together that you love.
Don't tell the other two.
I don't know. I have a lot of feelings.
They let us do this, but they're not.
I love it. Well, I'm super stoked about running around Manhattan in trifocal goggles without getting arrested like I typically do. So we've got Underground. We've got dope new outfits. More?
We've got one more expansion to talk to you about today. In it, you'll struggle to find meager supplies in New York and fight to survive in some of the most brutal weather conditions imaginable. It's a completely new way of playing the game, and you'll be able to play it very soon. Even sooner if you're on Xbox One or PC. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Survival.
Yeah.
The blizzard was getting worse, but we had to investigate the rumors of a cure. The storm took everything. No food, no water, temperature dropping.
Over here.
We are not alone out here.
Come on, man. Yeah.
In this world, it's hunter against prey.
Go, go, go! He's out!
The storm doesn't care if you live or die.
Evacuation area compromised.
But some of us will survive.
So much awesomeness. Now, for Ubisoft, VR is the perfect technology for making gaming more accessible. And Ubisoft Montreal's Funhouse team built a game that just about everyone is going to know how to play the minute they put on their headsets. So, here to take us into the world of Eagle Flight, please welcome creative director Charles Houteau, along with 2 huge fans of the game, Paul Merlucky, inventor and founder of Oculus, and Jason Holtman, head of publishing at Oculus VR.
Hello everyone. I am very excited to show you the game today, and even more excited to have you guys to play with us.
Thanks for having us. We're huge fans of Eagle Flight. It's a very, very intuitive game, and the flight mechanic is super innovative, and it gives you that real freedom of flying in VR. But most of all, it's just super fun, and by super fun, I mean I can beat Palmer almost every time I play.
That's not true. But I mean, we've been playing this game for months at Oculus, and we've been getting pretty good at it. And so this is a really good chance for us to come and show everybody that we can beat you guys at your own game.
Yeah. Let's see what you've got, Palmer.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hello, everyone. My name's Carsten Myhill, and I'm going to talk you through, for the first time ever at E3, a live PvP demo in VR. It's called Capture the Prey, and 2 teams of 3 will battle it out in the skies over Paris. Over here, we have the blue team, resplendent in their Hawaiian shirts, led by Palmer Lucky, Olivier, and Vicky, and the red team, led by Jason Holtman, with his 2 wingmen, Andre and Charlie. The rules are simple. It's a capture the flag game, and we will play best of 3. So if we're ready to go, let's fly. So we can see the first location of the prey, right there at the foot of the Eiffel Tower, and they have to take it to the nest to score a point. It's a bit like football. They have to work as a team, taking the object and bringing it to a goal. All right, maybe not the greatest analogy in the world, but you get the idea. Teamwork is key to succeeding in this game. Paris has been reclaimed by nature. We can see the Champ de Mars overrun now with beautiful trees and undergrowth, and nature and escaped animals from the zoo, like those giraffes over there. Olivier has the rabbit and is making his way over to the nest right now. He's trying to stay low, using shortcuts, weaving in and out of the trees, taking little alleyways and tunnels wherever he can, trying to stay out of sight of his opponents who are trying to shoot him. Oh, and he's been hit by Andre. And the rabbit is down. Charlie's got it. So the red team in possession. Oh no, killed by Vicky. Who's going to pick it up? They're not far from the nest now. And it's Olivier for the blue team.
Yeah!
There's the nest. Are blue going to score first? Yes, they are. 1-0 to the blue team. Yeah, well done, guys. Okay, remember, it's best of 3, so the red team need to score to stay in the contest. Oh, Vicky with the amazing steal, and then flew right into the line of sight of Andre, who took it from her. Into the tunnels, utilizing gusts of winds and thermals to get a speed boost. Andre looks like he's got a bit of a free run at the moment. Someone's shooting at him though. Andre staying low, Jason being wingman, backing him up. Over to the Pantheon there. Oh, great kill by Jason on Olivier. Oh no! But Andre has it for the red team, 1-1. Well done. Don't high-five each other, that's not going to work. Okay, the final location is right there at the top of the Eiffel Tower. Don't ask me how the rabbit got up there. It's an extremely exposed position. We'll see them shooting at each other as they head up to try and get that final rabbit to win the game.
Yeah!
Palmer with a kill, good work. And Andre's down, great shot of Vicky taking him out there. Vicky inside the Eiffel Tower, utilizing the thermals. But Jason, when the rabbit gets the final score, no! Vicky with the steal. Okay, we have to chase on to get to that final nest. Not far to go now. Andre with it for the red team. Taken out just at the final moment. And the blue team with the steal right at the end to win the game. Well done, blue team. And they keep on playing. Sorry guys, you're going to have to stop now. For those of you here, you can come to the Ubisoft booth and the Oculus booth to try it out yourselves. So we'd love to come and see you down there. Thanks very much. Have a great E3.
All right. Thanks to Palmer and Jason, Charlie, and of course the entire dev team. I actually got to play an early version of this game last year here at E3, and I'm not going to lie to you, it was like super alpha, and I peed a little. Like it wasn't even very good, and it was awesome. So this is going to be incredible. I really encourage you to check it out. Eagle Flight is going to be on Oculus Rift and all the other VR platforms this fall, and it is playable this week at the Ubisoft and Oculus booths. So get down there and do it. Now that we've seen some flying raptors soaring through abandoned city streets, it's time to ascend a bit higher in elevation. So please welcome Ubisoft Red Storm's David Votipka.
At Ubisoft, VR is about more than just technology. It's about creating games that just weren't possible before, and exploring new worlds with friends without ever having to leave your living room. It's about fully immersing yourself in these worlds and going places and becoming people and doing things that you otherwise could not do. Today, VR is all about opening up the final frontier.
Captain's log. Stardate 2016.165. Starship USS Aegis is preparing for her maiden voyage. We've gathered some of the most decorated officers in the Federation to test her limits and to prove her place among Starfleet's finest ships. We're en route to a secret testing facility and are proceeding to our destination at maximum warp.
This is amazing!
Wow.
Absolutely astonishing. When I walked in, I really wasn't sure what I was actually walking into. This is very cool. If I could have imagined what I would have wanted the Star Trek VR game to be, this is it! This is what we've been waiting for.
Holy crap, this is amazing.
I mean, it really is breathtaking.
That was an extraordinary experience to be fully encompassed in a world.
Whoa, not into that. You're interacting with each other and you're talking to each other and you're taking orders from the captain and I mean, it's really cool.
So there's captain, helm, piloting the ship, tactical, and the engineer routing power and charging warp coils.
I'm feeling pressure already. I'm feeling nervous now.
All right, shields up. Prepare warp. Take us out.
Yes, Captain.
Co-op gameplay is not new. I mean, you know, we can play games with our friends, but there's something different about being in a shared virtual environment.
Hearing who you're playing with, you can look over and see the person and see them doing their job and talk to them.
The team does not succeed unless everybody does their job well.
Ship decloaking, activating shields.
Okay, shields up.
Shields up.
I really did not want to lower the shields while we were under attack. I was very impressed by LeVar playing that game today. He really had the language of Star Trek down.
And they are transporting, Captain.
It's like, yes, it just makes you push the buttons.
I will say I nailed being the engineer.
That doesn't sound good.
It's a Klingon. Red alert. Preparing to warp. We're under attack. We have been waiting in anticipation for so long for the technology of virtual reality to catch up with where we imagine we should be and where we all want to go. Line us up for warp, please. We have full power. Henson, as soon as you can get us the hell out of here, I'd be most grateful.
This was really incredible.
Hold us down to 20%. Come on, y'all. Punch it. As soon as you can. Here we go. Woohoo! It's your own Star Trek experience in a virtual world where you can hang out with whoever you want. And that's a pretty good deal.
Yes! Guys, Ubisoft is bringing you the first ever Star Trek VR game. As you can see, it's amazing, and you heard it here first, unless, of course, you heard it from the reporter who leaked it on Reddit. You know what you can suck a bag of. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the man who was rocking a VR headset way before VR even existed, Mr. LeVar Burton. Oh my God! Oh, this is so exciting! Okay, this is happening. This is happening. This is happening. Okay. Welcome to the sofa I had installed here for precisely this occasion.
Thank you so much.
So it looks like Ubisoft got some of the old Trek band back together. I mean, like all of the old Trek bands and the new ones back together. So I have two questions for you. First of all, I know you have my email, so why no invite? But we'll talk about that after. And how did the game compare to being on the actual Enterprise?
So here's the thing, right? We use our imaginations so much, right? When you're on the set, you guys know that. When you're operating the console, it's really not connected to anything. You knew that, right?
You're breaking all our hearts
I know,
right now.
I know. But here's the thing. You don't have to imagine in this game. You are existing in a completely rendered environment. You are on the bridge of a starship and you're with your friends.
Oh.
It's pretty cool.
It's so amazing. So what was it like working with that particular crew? All of you having had real Enterprise experience. I know I can't let go of the fact that it's not real. Okay, yeah, I know.
But it feels real. Yeah. I mean, it felt real to us when we were doing it. Look, playing with Carl and Jerry was amazing because, you know, we have this special bond, that, just like you will with your friends when you play. And here's the thing. We really had to work together to accomplish the mission. And what's more Star Trek than that? I mean, you can play as the engineer, or you can drive the ship, you can be tactical, or you can be the captain, but no one position is more important than any other. Everybody has to do their level best in order to get the job done, and that's at the core of what Star Trek has always been about for me.
Right, and what people love about cooperative gameplay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you were Geordie LaForge, you were the engineer.
Yes.
But in the game, you got to be the captain. So what did that feel like?
Well, I told the guys at Red Storm that I was not going to shave my head for the privilege, and so they said fine. For me, it took a minute for me to get acclimated because it was weird how I just sort of slipped into Geordie. It was like that skin, I just like put it right back on again. The lingo, the rhythm, the technobabble, it all, started clicking in, coming back. But I'm used to like responding to an order and not initiating the orders. So I had to engage. That's how we start this thing. So it took a moment, but I got the hang of it, and it's such a blast. I think that they really nailed it. The graphics, everything, it's so beautiful, but you will forget all of that.
Right.
Because the gameplay is so engaging.
God, it's so cool.
It's
well,
awesome.
I can't wait to play this game, preferably at your house.
Yes. Well, you can come over and then we can play with like Brent and Jonathan Frakes and Michael Dorn.
What are you doing to my feelings now?
No. Won't that be cool though?
Yes, it would be cool. Yeah. I don't want to burst into tears in the middle of this conference, so I'll just cry it out with you after. But thank you so much for talking about this with us today. And you are dismissed.
But you can't dismiss me unless you outrank me.
It's very clear that I don't outrank you by like many levels, so I will just say, make it so, number one.
I love you.
Oh, I love you too. Oh my God. Guys, LeVar Burton, everybody! LeVar Burton! Okay, so we've all imagined ourselves on that bridge, and now you get to do it. We're going to have Star Trek Bridge Crew at the Ubisoft booth, and of course when it comes out this fall on all major VR systems.
There were no signs. It came without warning. desperate few struggle to survive. Perhaps we had a chance for peace. But desperation and trust are seldom allies. So began a millennium of conflict. 1,000 years of war. The greatest warriors the world has ever known. The reason they fight, lost to the ages. And yet, here they still stand, searching for a sign of peace. I will show them. I am Apollyon. I bring war.
Ah, yes. Desperation drives us to war. It is trust that can end it. Apollyon and her Blackstone legions crave a world where trust is impossible, and the wolves among us can roam free. I'm Jason Vandenberg. I'm the creative director on For Honor. Last year, in our multiplayer reveal, we gave you the chance to experience our new melee combat system, the art of battle. Now, we welcome you to the world of For Honor. In our campaign, be knighted. Join the Blackstone legions to drive your enemies from your lands. As a samurai, unite your people to prevent a civil war and restore the prestige of the empire. And as a Viking, well, I think it's better to just show you. Huh? I'd like you to meet our game director on For Honor, Roman Campos Oriola. Come on out, Roland. Yes. My brother. Good luck. You are the raider. In the aftermath of war, your people were starving. You brought them back. Now, your fleet sails for the lands of the samurai in seeking plunder and glory.
Apollyon's war had taken us to the edge of extinction. But that raider reminded us of who we are. We would raid, but not Apollyon. Not yet. But they knew we were coming.
Rise! Ready your weapons!
To the gates! I welcome you all!
The gates of that fortress hadn't worked for a century. All we had to do was get through them. That war was the only way forward.
Get over here! Call the road closures!
Ropes! Grapples! Here!
Go! Lead the climb!
One warrior made it to the top. One would be enough. The raider got us inside that fort.
Now we have them!
玉は全てを破壊した。My fortress is lost. My soldiers slaughtered. Soon, I will join them. You open the gate. Now, you will pay! That raider showed us what Viking fury could do. The Great Raid, they would call it. And it had begun.
Beautiful Roman. Jason Vandenberg. If you are looking for something to give that very special someone in your life, For Honor will be available on Valentine's Day. Yeah, sweet, it's a nice gesture. What could be more romantic than dinner, drinks, and an all-night bender of epic warfare? Either you'll bond forever, or she'll move out in the morning. And if you're in LA, come by the Ubisoft booth to play For Honor. Now, for those of you watching at home, head to forhonorgame.com to register for the very next alpha that will come very soon, all right? Now, here to talk about catapulting of a completely different kind, please welcome producer at Ubisoft Reflections, Pete Young.
At Ubisoft, we get to tell all kinds of stories. Like how we can go from a massive AAA game like For Honor to, well, to a wobbly red robot in a small experimental game. Last year, we surprised you and ourselves with Grow Home, the story of our little robot bud learning how to experience the world around him. And today, I'm really excited to announce that Bud is back. And this time, he's not just growing home, he's growing up. In Grow Up, Bud will take his first stumbling steps without the watchful eye of Mom, and you'll get to stretch your acrobatic skills across an entire planetary playground. Not only can you forget your words, not only can you ride the giant star plants, but you can throw down seeds and use plants to bounce, shoot, and catapult yourself to new heights, all the way to the moon. We want you to help Bud grow up this August on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Thank you, and enjoy E3.
Pete, your accent is so adorable. You could forget to say anything at all and just turn those vowels into words way up. There were like 18 A's in that word. You're awesome. Now, at its core, Ubisoft is a creative company with an independent spirit, and support for innovative projects is a part of its DNA. But every once in a while, that DNA mutates slightly, and this happens.
Here are the Ubisoft Creative Director Tag Team Champions, Andy Elvisola and Dean Evans.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Where's Chad? Not you. Out. So I'm sorry, I'm just kidding.
Hello, I'm Antti Elvessuo, the Creative Director of Trials and also President of Finland.
Hello, I'm Dean Evans, Creative Director of the original Blood Dragon and advocate of world peace.
Trials and Blood Dragon made baby together.
That's right, Auntie. And this horrible problem child is being delivered right now. Now.
Power Cult and Dr. Darling are back, this time with their two Cyber Commando kids, Roxanne and Slater. Play as the ratliest mean teens this side of Mars, and defy gravity on your ultimate Dragon Slayer cyber bikes. Protect America with freedom flips that ride on the ridiculous roller coaster of righteousness. Grapple and spin all over the planet. Use guns to shoot cyborgs, communist aliens, and giant ancient Dragon Balls! Space is the place, and the action is in your face! Ride through loops, hoops, and multiple dimensions into the future. Come fight Vietnam War 4! Together, forever, today! Trials of the Blood Dragon! Side effects may include euphoria and extreme patriotic views.
Nothing like an 8-bit title to get you excited. As you can tell, this game is a beast, and in case you didn't get the incredibly subtle messaging in that video, it is out now on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Well, actually, it's almost out now. We didn't want anybody sprinting off to chase blood dragons while we were still here on stage, so the game will be released as soon as this conference ends, about 30 minutes from now. Calm yourselves and just take comfort in the fact that apparently LMFAO is back together, guys, so that was nice. All right. Guys, I never knew they were white. Guys, this is Ubisoft. And there is, yes it is, my friends, and there is no UBE3 experience without a deep dive into Assassin's Creed. You know this, and I know this. And this year is special because Assassin's Creed is about to go super multi-platform. Here to talk about the upcoming Assassin's Creed movie, please join me in welcoming legendary movie producer Frank Marshall. So, Frank, thank you so much for coming today.
Great
now,
to be
in
here.
case, I'm excited to have you. In case people don't know, you have worked on some of the hugest films and film franchises that have ever existed in our history. Indiana Jones, Back to the Future, the Bourne films, Jurassic World. So what drew you specifically to this project?
Well, I mean, it's kind of simple. I'm always looking for a good story. And I thought that the Assassin's Creed universe really had all the elements that could make a great movie.
Yeah.
So it was kind of our goal as the filmmakers to take these elements and stay respectful to the franchise and the DNA of the brand and bring something new to the franchise that could be experienced in movie theaters. So we have a new story. We have a new hero, dynamic supporting players and characters. So we kind of mixed a little bit of the old up and the familiar with a new element.
And this is such a storied franchise. There is so much to draw from. I think everybody is super stoked to see that Michael Fassbender is playing in the lead role.
Great
Yes.
cast.
It's an incredible cast all around. What can you tell us about what went into making this film?
Well, it's really kind of a massive production. We shot in 3-4 different countries. Obviously, there's an historical aspect to the story where we go back in time, just like in the game. But we really wanted to get the right team to put together the movie, and we started with our director, really esteemed, fantastic director named Justin Kurzel, who had just worked with Mr. Fassbender on Macbeth. And he's really a true visionary who understands the best elements of the game and how to translate them into the movie. Then we assembled a team of really incredibly talented people to surround him with and create the world and using these real locations and a team of stunt experts to take us into the parkour and the elements that you're going to see in the film.
Yeah, I mean, that's such an integral part of this world is the physical aspect of this game. And
right.
trying
And
to replicate that in the real world had to be a challenge.
Exactly. We've got the best in the world at doing those different kinds of stunts and those different kinds of elements.
So, given all of that, what do you think people are going to be most excited about seeing when they see Assassin's Creed on the big screen?
Well, I think there's a lot to look forward to. But really, it's the multi-layered mythology that we have that comes from the game and the kind of putting you into the story. We have a real story, and it has an arc that goes all the way to the end. And you're being able to have that same wish fulfillment that you have in the game of being able to see the world through the lives and the ancestors through the genetic memory that our character has.
That's incredible. I mean, I think people already imagine themselves in this role. So to kind of write it large and bring people in is an interesting challenge, but obviously a really great opportunity. Now, this is E3, so people are expecting huge reveals. We want secrets, we want dirt. What magical things can you reveal to us about them? Nothing. Come on, Frank.
No. Actually, I'm excited because I can show you a little bit more than anybody here has seen already. So we're going to have an exclusive video that gives you a sneak peek behind the curtain and shows you everything that went into making this film, as well as never seen before footage from the movie. So we're going to roll that video very soon, as soon as you give the word, right?
As soon as I throw to it. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
My pleasure.
Assassin's Creed is going to be in theaters December 21st. So play a lot of Assassin's Creed before then, so it's all inside of you when you go to see the movie. And now, for your viewing enjoyment, I present Mr. Michael Fassbender.
The Assassins are fighting for free will, and their main rivals are Templars. The Templars are trying to enhance humankind through science.
I think
think Assassin's Creed has a really deep concept and idea, which is going back into time and having some sort of relationship with the ancestor that's come before you. The overall journey of the film is through the eyes of our protagonist, that Michael Fassbender's playing.
What do you want from me?
Your past.
He starts to learn that he comes from a lineage of assassins.
He realizes the true history of himself, and he creates a kind of revolution.
We work in the dark to serve the light. We are assassins.
Michael is one of the greatest actors of his generation, and there's many other strong characters in the film.
The Assassin's Creed universe is a cinematic experience. The action sequences are massive.
I just want it to be an unbelievable ride.
We have to show him who he really is.
I feel exactly the same way. I think we've all imagined ourselves in that role over the years we've played the game, but I can't think of a better choice than Fassbender. He's super hot. Really looking forward to the assassin getting naked. All right. Just me? Okay. Now for our next game. Oh, all right. Okay.
Your freedoms can only be protected if democracy thrives. The corporate interests are rigging the elections. Your elections. Your favorite social media giant, Invite, knows everything about you. And they're manipulating your feed to tailor your opinion to their interests. They are fooling you into voting for their puppet, Congressman Mark Russ. Invite wields the single most powerful population control tool ever created. Defend democracy. Help us tear down Invite. Lend us your processing power by downloading our app, and together, we will expose Congressman Thruss. Join us. We are DedSec.
Hello everyone, and welcome into the San Francisco Bay Area, the birthplace of the tech revolution and Watch Dogs 2's new playground. This time, you will join DedSec, a hacker group rebelling against an establishment that uses technology to take away our freedom. You are Marcus Holloway, a brilliant young hacker on a mission to take back control from this establishment. Now, we all live in a hyper-connected world. Everything we use and every one of us is connected through technology. From the perspective of a hacker, this world is filled with opportunities. So in Watch Dogs 2, everything around you can be hacked in creative ways. You can also profile, manipulate, and hack everyone. And you're not alone. You can seamlessly encounter other DedSec hackers. And now, getting into co-op has never been simpler.
Oh, hi.
But for now, let's deal with Invite, a social media giant that's just been exposed by DedSec.
Our numbers are going through the roof, but we just promised them a lid open on Invite and election.
And we'll deliver. Have faith, sister.
Sure, if we can find evidence that Invite's manipulating social media.
Rance, where you at, man?
Scouting, Congressman.
dipshit's apartment from the roof next door. Oh, we fucked up this fundraiser. Almost everyone's gone. Come on, get over here.
Okay, people, this is strictly by the book. Don't paint outside the lines and stay frosty.
Fuck you. Just get in there and find some rusty nails to crucify the rest of the social media pros.
On my way.
The Bay Area is filled with stories you can choose to explore. But for now, let's just check what happened when that second filtrate the politician's penthouse to find evidence that invite might have helped him rig the election.
Yo, Chris. Captain Dipshit lives over there.
Yo, check it out. You can see the whole city from here.
Whole lot of people out there, man. Whole lot of people.
Yeah, getting screwed.
You don't even feel it. It's just numb.
It's fucked up. I know it's gonna be a hell of a fight turning them back into people.
Fucking A, man. Okay, dude. You find the evidence, and I'll mount our exit strategy.
Hey, is that the congressman?
No, I do believe that is a helicopter.
Fuck you.
Marcus, the building just went off the grid. We can't get in or see inside.
They're up to something. I'll see what. They got armed help in there. Something's definitely up. They're scrubbing the evidence.
Get us access, Marcus, before it all gets wiped.
I'll get you inside the system. Once I do, you use the botnet to brute force your way in and download everything you can.
But once you start downloading, they'll know you're inside.
It wouldn't be a party if they didn't. And I've got a surprise for them.
Where are we on wiping the Congressman's cloud?
That's done, but there's a team at Invite scrubbing the backups, too.
They're good at this?
They're the best computer forensics team we have. You pay top dollar, you get top talent.
That's what I want to hear.
Wrench, you ready with my exit strategy?
Define? Ready.
Yo, Satara, I'm ready to go in. Play me something fresh.
Don't sweat the technique. Don't sweat the technique. Let's trace the hits, check the file. Let's see who bit the dissect the style. I flip the script so they can't get filed. At least not now.
There's something over there.
I changed the pace to complete the beat. I drop the bass to a beat, get weight for every road they trace is a scar they keep. When I speak, they freak to sweat the technique. I made my debut in '86 with a melody in President's mix, and I will stay on target and refuse to miss. And I still make hits for beats, parties, clubs, and cars and jeeps. My underground sound vibrates the streets. MCs wanna beat, then I play for keeps.
Tell your guys to make sure all their data roaming is turned off.
already done. This isn't our first rodeo.
There, what's that?
Know how many times have I ripped and wrecked, but researchers never found all the pieces yet. Scientists try to solve the context, philosophers are wondering what's next. Since the took the last to observe them, they couldn't absorb them, they didn't deserve them. My ideas are only for the audience ears. My opponents, it might take years. Pencils, pens, and swords, let us put together from a key to cause. Also a sculpture, formal structure, because of my culture of a rhythm instructor. Style that'll be full of technology, between sights and new heights after I get deep. You don't have to speak, just see and peep the technique.
Who the hell?
You're in. Do your thing.
Hey, catch that?
Let's track this guy down.
What was that? Huh? Catch that?
Get back to cover.
You're only making things worse!
You're in a line of fire.
Take cover! Your exercise is already. Oh man, you're gonna love this.
Holy fuck, this is awesome.
You can prove your guys later, man. Because we're just getting started.
Oh my God, so great. Watch Dogs 2 comes out on November 15th, 2016 on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. It's so cool to see my hometown in that game. And much like you, whenever I'm infiltrating a corrupt politician's penthouse, I also listen to Eric B. and Rakim. And now, I'd like to welcome Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot to tell you a little bit more about Watch Dogs. I don't want to hang out with you. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being with us today. So, as you may remember, when we launched the first time Watch Dogs with the PS4, it was a major success. And that was really thanks to Sony and the push they did have on this game. So today, I'm very happy to tell you that we are going to continue with Sony, and we are going to do Watch Dogs 2 with them. So I would like to ask Tim from Sony to come with us and tell you more about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Hello, Jim. Welcome. Welcome.
Thanks, Eve. That's right. We've been really impressed by Watch Dogs ever since Ubisoft first showed the game right here back in 2012. I think you were there that night. Sony and Ubisoft partnered on that game in the early days of the PlayStation 4. And then our partnership went even further. A while back, Sony Pictures Entertainment signed up with Ubisoft Motion Pictures to produce a Watch Dogs feature film with New Regency Productions. After what is shaping up to be an amazing Assassin's Creed film, We think Watch Dogs is set to be the next video game-based blockbuster movie.
Yeah, it's an incredibly filmic game. Yeah, it looks so cool. And, you know, as you know, Jim, it's never too early to think about who your lead actor is going to be. So I'm looking at the character and I'm thinking Michael B. Jordan or a Taye Diggs or an Aisha Tyler who is tall and black and slightly masculine. That's what I'm thinking, you know, yeah? We can talk about it backstage.
I'll be waiting.
No, I understand you also brought something very special to share with our PlayStation players out there, right?
That's right. PlayStation owners will have access to all Watch Dogs 2 DLCs 30 days before they're released on any other platform.
Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible. That's a killer deal for the PlayStation Nation. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jim. And now we're going to take one more look at the wild hacker playground that is Watch Dogs 2.
Ah, the San Francisco Bay.
Literally the most fit hacker in the world. And of course, what's a game about hackers without a few good robots? So if you pre-order the limited edition of Watch Dogs 2, you'll get your very own Wrench Jr., a hack security robot from the game. It's probably not going to help you oust a corrupt corporate overlord with a stranglehold on your city, but it is radio controlled and so quite useful for annoying your coworkers and ending unwanted relationships. All right, folks. We have one more game to show you today, and we all know that Yves likes to be the one to announce the next big thing, so I'll let him take it away. Ladies and gentlemen, Yves Guillemot.
Thank you. So I'm excited to tell you about our new IP from our studio in the French Alps. The studio has a lot of multiplayer expertise. You know, those guys have done Splinter Cell multiplayer. They have done also Assassin's Creed multiplayer, and they worked on The Division on some part of the game. So for the first time, we are combining the thrill of action sports with a fully explorable open world. So this game will give you a chance to challenge your friends and to share your adventures with the community. It's a completely new genre, and I am sure you will love it. Thank you.
It's that moment where I've committed to leaving, but I haven't left the Earth yet. Nothing you can do but charge forward.
What I love the most in the mountains is that I can do anything I want. It's pure freedom.
You know, there's always a bit of fear. If you don't have a little fear, you know, then you're a little crazy, I think.
Nothing else matters up here. All the chaos is just gone. No one else around.
The moment my feet leave the earth, everything else disappears.
Got my own monster.
It's pure adrenaline.
Nobody but me.
It's what I live for.
I would never call it enemy. He's too bad, girl. She's the one that I need. I got my own angel. She's too good that I need.
The mountain is your canvas, you know, you can paint your own picture. That's what the beauty of it is.
The most important thing for me is to try something that never been done before.
Am I scared? Sure. But fear can be a tool. It can keep you performing beyond what you think your limits are.
Hello everyone, I'm Studio Manager Rebecca Coutaz.
And I'm Creative Director Igor Manceau.
We are from Ubisoft Annecy at the base of the Alps, just a few miles from the tallest peak in Europe, Le Mont Blanc. From our studio windows, we are surrounded by the mountains, and they have inspired us to develop the game that we are here to show you today.
Up in these mountains, sport isn't always about winning. Sometimes it's just about doing awesome things with your friends and living life to the fullest.
And sometimes it's just about capturing those memorable moments and sharing them with your friends. Let's show some gameplay. Take it away, Igor.
Thank you.
Was good?
Welcome to the world of Steep, a massive open world partially set in the Alps, at the intersection of Italy, Austria, Switzerland, and France. We're currently flying over Aiguille du Mont Blanc, and in case you're wondering, aiguille means needles. First thing we'll do is land on a small rock over there. And notice the man on the right, walking up to the That's another player from the community. From here, we can now enjoy the view and observe the world around us. That big guy in front of you is the Mont Blanc, the biggest summit in the region. And in the distance, you can see the Matterhorn, one of the wildest spots in the game. And on the right, you've got the Aravis Range, the region we come from, where Ubisoft Annecy stands. In Steep, we developed a really cool observation tool. We call it Mountain View. Mountain View allows you to zoom out from your position, observe the world, and navigate into the environment. Our mountain range will be populated by drop zones. Drop zones are entry points for you to drop in the world when you're ready. Now, let's get back to our initial position. Besides drop zones, the game will offer a wide range of challenges for you to test your skills. The one in front of us is a wingsuit activity. And as the other player drops in, we'll follow him and triggers a challenge. This is a proximity flying race challenge.
We just secured the silver medal, and as we land, we could choose to move onto skiing in the Aiguille. But we'd like to introduce you to another region. So let's switch to Mountain View and head over to Aravis. The purpose of this next sequence is to show you what it's like to play online with your friends or with other players from the community. As you ride, you will keep meeting other players from the community, having fun in the mountain. Let's switch our point of view to follow Who's Riders. As you noticed, the game will support GoPro views. Hold on, we really need to pause here. Too much at the same time. Now I'd like to show you something special. If we go back to Mountain View, take a look at that trail. Every line you do in the world creates a trail. And that trail is really cool. It not only allows you to check what you've done on your ride, so you can analyze your line, but it also allows you to launch a replay of what you've seen and what you've done. You can rewind, pause, control the camera, go slow-mo, and follow any players you've met. And the idea here is to allow you to push that replay of your performances, or just crashes, to all social networks so you can share it with the world. Even better, not only can you share videos, but say you liked that jump over the cliff. You know it's a tricky one. You can push it as a challenge to your friends, you define the rule, share it so it becomes part of the content your friends will see in their game. But let's catch up with our red paraglider. There is one last thing I'd love to show you. Steep is definitely about sharing intense, thrilling, crazy, or just pure fun moments. And it's also about enjoying the mountains. Thank you very much. Thank you. We're inviting you all onto the mountain as soon as tomorrow. Steep will be fully playable on the show floor. If you're watching from home, please visit steepgame.com to register for a chance to participate in steep beta phases. This game ships this December. Thank you very much.
All right, guys. We got a lot done today, and we are barreling towards the finish line. But before we go, we want to bring Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot and all of the teams behind the games that we had on stage during our show back out here one more time. Come on out, everybody. This is going to be like the end of Saturday Night Live, only all the game devs have not been drinking for hours. Although I'm sure they'll start very soon. Welcome, Yves.
So as you could see, that was a fantastic game. And I think it's just the beginning, because as you know, this game will be live for a long time. So those guys are going to give you a lot more. So I would like to thank you, all Ubisoft teams, and Aisha, for their creativity and all the passion they have. I would like also to thank you, all the gamers. We are only here because of you. We really love you guys, because you always push us for excellence. As Aisha said, this year, Ubisoft celebrates our 30 years birthday. That means 30 years in the best industry in the world. I love video games because the real innovation and magic happens when our teams and players are free to create, free to innovate, free to express themselves, free to take risks and have fun. That's what got us here today, and that is what will drive us for another 30 years and beyond. Because when you are free, there is no failure. There is only forward.
Shit, we got the wrong game.
You were amazing today. Thanks for making this such a special conference. Stick around for our post show where we're going to answer your burning questions about Ubisoft and our conference today. Everybody, you've been so awesome. I'm Aisha Tyler. We are Ubisoft. Happy 30th birthday, Ubi. And you guys, you know what to do. Come on down, meet us on the floor, and do that shit!
So they can hear us. So, question for Ubisoft. Why'd you fuck that up so badly?
Oh my god.
30th anniversary and you couldn't do it right.
30th anniversary, really.
Seriously. We were talking about where to start. Let's start with the last thing. Steep, which is supposed to be the next new IP, which comes out in December 2016, in case you didn't know.
Right.
It's coming out this year. That's a thing that's coming out. Yeah.
I think underwhelming is my tagline for most of that entire conference. And Steep was one of those things where me and you were just kind of looking at it like going, okay, I kind of get the concept.
Mm-hmm.
You get to choose different ways of going down a big snowy mountain.
But what's the point?
But why?
Yeah. There's no why behind it.
I don't see really the social aspect behind it. I didn't see any racing. I didn't see, I saw points.
And I saw
don't know
people
what
show
the
up.
points are for.
Yeah.
But, and, you know, yeah, you can stop it and slow it down and it looks pretty and et cetera, et cetera.
That's good for maybe 2 or 3 tries and you're done.
I mean, it wasn't so much that it was a bad game. It looked fine, but it was just the case that that's your closer. That's your 30th anniversary closer.
That was your next big IP that Yves had to come in and announce.
Fucking SSX tricky. So yeah, it's that was a little bit.
I feel like we're being hard on them, but I think they deserve it this time.
You know what? Like, no, because I am an Ubisoft fan and I've stuck by them for a long time, and they fucked people over quite considerably for a while. And this one was time to make good. This one was the one where it's like, okay, it's our 30th anniversary. Let's make up for some of the bullshit that we put you guys through, and they didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah.
And yes, that is a Red Bull. I ran out of Monster. So, sponsor us, Red Bull. So yeah, Steep. Weird.
It's a cool game. I literally signed up for the beta as soon as that went out.
He was pretty stoked to do that.
Just to see what it's, because I want to get my hands on it, because the gameplay looks cool, but again, it's one of those games I feel like if there's no point, then there's no point. That's what it comes down to. Like there's no reason for me to play the game continually if all I'm doing is skiing down a mountain, because you're run into one of two things. You're going to run out of places to go. You're going to be bored doing the same shit over and over again. Or you're going to have a bunch of DLC that I got to pay for.
The only thing that saves that game, in my humble opinion, is VR.
Running into the tree?
Because, I mean, you were getting kind of nauseous just watching it.
I think the parasailing in VR would have been good. That wingsuit.
I reckon if you get some VR in there, it might be worth it. But other than that, it was kind of stupid. And you could see all the sponsorships going on as well. Hey, GoPro.
GoPro. Yeah, we saw you.
And then there was
the hype of the show that kind of, what'd you say earlier? Like a
highly anticipated.
Dick to the face.
Yeah, there was a slap to the faces with dicks of every person out there, which was Watch Dogs 2.
So, I mean, we were critical of it before the show, but I was actually excited. I wanted to see what it was. I was excited for it because I'm hoping it was going to be the Assassin's Creed of, hey, we fucked up, let's fix it.
Yeah.
And what I saw looked like a GTA clone. Not exciting. Didn't really know what was going on. I mean, I got he had to go in and take some intel and could do all this hacking and all that kind of stuff. But like, is the hacking the main purpose of the game? Like, I don't know. There's just something. It seemed real generic.
Yeah, and that's the problem with the original, was that it was generic, and I think they did not learn. I like the setting. I love San Fran. The Bay Area is a beautiful place to set a game. But as soon as they fired it up and they're kind of walking around the streets and you see the dogs and stuff like that, you're like, this looks like GTA. Like, it looks like a bad version of GTA. And then you see some of the hacking things, like the car thing was like, that's cute once, but then you need more than that. You need something more than that. And I think when they showed the guys up on the crane and you have the crazy guy with his eyes changing all the time, I'm like, I don't know if we're trying to go for realism or not, but I don't know many hackers that dress like that.
Yeah.
And you know, it's kind of cool that they're trying to push boundaries by actually having like a minority protagonist and things like that, but at the same time, like, the game still sucks, man. Like, it looks the same as the last game with a few tweaks and a different story.
Not enough tweaks.
That's it. You know,
it's sad though, because like I said, I was actually excited to see what this was. Watch Dogs 1, we all, a lot of us are just,
everyone was disappointed in
yeah
that game. There's no one that got that game and was like, oh, this is way better than I expected.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I wrote any. I think I stopped taking notes at one point. Online co-op, you can hack cars. There's a drone, and 30 days early on PS4. But honestly, when they announced that PS4 thing, you were like, what'd you say?
I think initially it was, what the fuck, Sony.
Of all
the games that you could have had an exclusive for, you wanted Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah.
And then they were making a fucking movie out of it. I mean, what?
And they haven't.
No one wants that.
Especially from. If Assassin's Creed did well, like the Assassin's Creed movie, if that did well, which I don't think it will be or will do, if that did well, then I could potentially see them doing that with Watch Dogs.
No, here's the thing, though. Assassin's Creed has a like a fucking 10-year legacy of games.
That's what I'm saying now.
So you have so
that-
many games, and a lot of them were super well received. Watch Dogs had one shitty received game, and now a shitty received sequel, and you want to make a movie out of it? Really?
I think they want Watch Dogs to be the next Assassin's Creed for them, and
No,
it's not.
It's not going to
It's
happen.
not going to.
You can't force it on us like that.
It's
Like,
not going
make
to
it
at
better
all.
or don't make it. It's that simple.
Yes.
And I encourage people to speak with their wallets on that. I think I was personally looking at Watch Dogs 2 as maybe a redemption for that game because I was super hyped on the first Watch Dogs when I first saw the E3 trailer. This conference has just basically sealed my thought of no, I'm not going to do it. If I can get
It's
it
sad.
$10 on a flash sale, maybe.
It's sad because it's true.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't mean to be harsh on them either, but I just feel like
I think honestly this might be worse than EA, and EA had a rough conference.
They did. Yeah.
I think I don't want to compare them too closely, but I think they're both compared to what the hell Bethesda did, what Microsoft did. Like I feel like we've had two shitty ones and two good ones.
Yeah. It's
Like-
been even Stevens so far.
So speaking about shitty things, we start off the conference with Just Dance.
We did, didn't we? I
Don't
forgot all
stop
about
me
that.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Hello, copyright infringement.
The one new thing that was cool, or one of the things that was interesting, is available on all platforms this year and on NX next year. Like you said,
As soon as I saw the words Nintendo NX, it was weird, right?
Mhm.
Like because you're not used to seeing that in the
Official,
I guess,
it's
the
like
language of these things yet.
Well,
So,
Nintendo,
yeah.
I guess, has officially confirmed it's a thing.
They have,
so.
but it always still kind of felt like not real. You know what I mean? Like
Well, it's
felt
because we
like-
haven't seen it yet. We don't even know
True.
what the hell it is.
True.
But it's coming to it. So if you want to pick up this magical console that doesn't exist yet, Nintendo.
Yeah.
That you're not going to show off tomorrow because you're not going to show it off at E3 because you're stupid. Have fun. You can get Just Dance. It's only the launch game for NX is Just Dance.
We again pre-conference. By the way, you should start watching our pre-conference thing because we are nailing what's happening in these conferences this year. What did I say before the conference? There's going to be a dance thing, and right off the bat, those fuckers started dancing. It was the weirdest thing ever. I
Yes.
will give them props for the mention of the Orlando thing
Yes.
and their hearts going out. I think everyone, especially at level 2, is supremely kind of sad about that, and
Shaken up
shocked,
by it,
and yeah. So props to you for using the stage to do something like that. But tragedy aside, as harsh as that may sound, that was weird.
Yeah.
That whole dance thing was weird.
Yes.
So yeah, and then we moved into the starter.
Then we moved into Ghost Recon Wildlands, which is another game I think we were both kind of like on the fence about. Like we were intrigued, but this kind of made us unintrigued, which is the opposite of what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
You called it like Metal Gear Solid.
Tom Clancy's Metal Gear Solid. Yeah.
This is what it looked like, but
It
again,
looked exactly like that.
Very generic.
Yeah.
It seems like they're taking other people's ideas and just doing. Which obviously this game's been in development for a long time.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it looked like a Ghost Recon game, but at the same time, like, I think most of us that were watching it together on the stream all had the same underwhelming vibe from it. Like, okay, it looks pretty. There's drones. There's motorbikes. Cool. But at the same time, like, really, what is different? Why should I buy this over Metal Gear, which has a superior story?
You also you said it reminds you a little bit of the Mercenaries, which I love the Mercenary series.
Yeah,
And
the way
I
that
think
they're
it's-
taking down people, like,
and the
we have
drug
to take down-
cartel. and-
Yeah, exactly. That reminded me a little bit of Mercenaries, but at the same time, like, it's just generic shooter 101, isn't it? And it's
Mhm.
just, and I don't know who was paying the audience at that conference, but I was supremely surprised
Yeah,
that
they were
it was
cheering.
getting the kind of reception that was getting. And I'm sure there's some folks out there. I mean,
That are super stoked.
We saw the tweets that were coming up on screen during the conference from people that were hyped on it. I'm like, who are these people? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know who these fucking people are. But yeah, super underwhelming for me. But then they pulled it back.
Dude, the next one is probably honestly, I think the next one was the best thing.
It was the highlight of the conference.
For
which
two
is
reasons. One, it was funny because of who they are.
Super funny.
South Park, I wouldn't say the Stick of Truth, Fractured Butthole. Or Fractured Butthole, if
It
you
still
say
makes
quick
me
enough.
giggle.
Two things happened with this. One, let's start with the big thing they announced, and that is the fact that you get Stick of Truth if you pre-order the game.
So dope.
On any console. If you have not
So
played, if you
dope.
have not played that game, pick it up if you're a South Park fan. If you're not a South Park fan, I can get why they may not want the game.
You know why I love that? Because I bought Stick of Truth, I played it a little bit, and then something better came out at the time, and I got lost in it, and then I ended up trading it for something, but I always wanted to finish it. So now I have that option.
We should level 2 Let's Play of that.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's a shorter game, maybe.
It's super fun.
If you're a South Park fan, it's you've got...
That whole section was hilarious as well, like ripping on Kanye for his game. That was super funny. But yeah, everything about that game was making me laugh. The dialogue is incredible. The graphics are exactly what you want out of a South Park game. They did it again. Let's be honest, they did it again.
So here's some of the things they changed, or here's some of the highlights of what they announced with it. Picks up where Stick of Truth left off, so you're the king. If you guys have not played Stick of Truth, you're in, like, Trey? One of them said, you're the king of the town, and you go back to douchebag, because the kids start playing superheroes. So
they start playing a different type of game.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we saw gameplay, and then there's 3 classes we saw when they were flipping through.
It looked like there was 4 total, but they only showed us 3. There was 4 pictures there, but yeah, they had
Speedster, Brutalist, and Blaster. And they had little things underneath it, but I couldn't catch it.
And the other one kind of looked like it was flying, so I'm thinking maybe there might be like a flying superhero too. Interesting that they mentioned some of the new dynamics of combat, space and time. Space looked really interesting.
Yeah, the space moving positions, behind cover, move enemies, knock props over, use space both laterally and
it almost made it a little bit less like an old school Final Fantasy and almost more like an XCOM or something, where you actually have to use your environment to your advantage. And then of course there was time, which was just a giant fart.
I literally have an exclamation: time farts.
Time farts.
That's when you know you're playing South Park. When
Coming
it says time
soon
farts.
to a theater near you.
Time farts. Farts that let you change time.
Super realistic. Well, not really realistic, but super like awesome on-screen presence of the fart there.
Yes.
We're very big fans of that.
Release date
which
was
is great. Yeah,
December 6th.
Yeah,
this
totally.
year.
And I will pre-order this game because 1, it was the best game at the Ubisoft conference, and I support Matt and Trey and whatever they do. And B, that bonus is fucking sick.
How'd you go from 1 to B? You can't count.
I just do whatever they want.
Let's talk about the thing that they talked about the conference before, Division. Underground, fight dangerous threat, challenge is unique each time. June 28th on Xbox One, August 2nd on PS4. I wish Sony had gone in on this one, but that's okay.
They had the suits,
and then 3
didn't they?
exclusive outfits.
Yeah, the costumes.
Ghost Recon, Rainbow Six, and Splinter Cell.
I mean, yeah, great.
They did talk a little bit about
I don't mind the idea of walking around with Sam Fisher's iconic things, but like they're this is the weird thing about Division to begin with. If you remember, like when you're selecting your clothes in the Division, one of the options is for the iconic Division jacket, and at that time it had just released, and we were like, what the fuck is iconic about this?
Yeah.
And when you look at those costumes, again, like really Splinter Cell is the only one there that's iconic. The other one was like that fucking Wildlands game that looks like a piece of shit anyway. I don't even remember what this is.
And then Rainbow Six Siege.
Rainbow Six Siege, which bombed. Like, no. So, yeah,
No.
Thank you for your shitty costumes. And then they talked about survival, which was
they showed a trailer of it. They didn't give a whole lot of details. Basically, you're gonna have low resources.
Yeah,
it's a new way to play the game, which is exciting, but at the same time, it's terrifying.
They didn't show off any actual in-game footage of it. It was all pre-rendered. It looked again super underwhelming. That does not make me go, fuck, I'm gonna have to pick up the Division again and start playing at all. I did notice, by the way, I don't know if anyone else caught this, in the background behind them during that moment, they had the underground thing, and you could see very sort of what do you call it? Not well. I can't think of a better word. In the background, like some of the names of upcoming expansions, and they had on there Survival. Then they had another one after called Last Stand, which looked interesting as well. But they didn't go into any details on that whatsoever. Because why would you?
Yeah, why would you? They're gonna save that for next year.
Yeah.
After that was the VR section, which kind of was interesting, but Eagle Flight, the one I was kind of excited before, I'm not so. Again, I feel like they're doing the opposite of what I wanted them to do.
Maybe unexcited about it.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Like,
yeah, the Eagle game was stupid.
It's not what I thought it was going to be. I pictured... So in my head, what this Eagle Flight game was supposed to be was picture like Assassin's Creed, where you're the thing flying above, or what's the... Is it Far Cry Primal where you can be the bird? Something like that is what I pictured it as. Is like, I don't know what the full game would be, but I pictured that, not fucking like playing soccer or capture the flag.
Yeah, they tried to make it like Rocket League or something, which was really weird. Super awkward presentation. Sorry, Palmer. And but Yeah, it was just weird. Like, I mean, for one thing, those fucking eagle screams. Oh my god, Blue's laughing his ass off. Yeah, like every 2 seconds they had like an eagle scream.
So annoying.
For no fucking reason. And the one thing that really tripped me up during the whole thing is, what are they firing?
Yeah.
They're eagles. Like, what are they shooting? Are they just bombing people with eggs? Like, what's happening there? I don't quite understand what's going on. Again, super really underwhelming. But they did pull it back a little bit.
A little bit.
I
think it's the nostalgia feeling for this thing.
Yeah, for Star Trek Bridge Crew, which our fellow stream teamer David was super hyped on.
Because he's an older gentleman.
He's an old man. I'm an old man, but he's an older man.
Yeah.
And I like Star Trek. I like it a lot. I don't like it as much as like Star Wars or whatever, but at the same time, I dig the idea that you get to be in the bridge crew for Star Trek, and you get to be with your buddies and go. Like, if you're a Star Trek fan, that has to be like the fucking greatest thing ever. Like, that has to be you and your buddies running a Star Trek ship with like Klingons and all that shit.
The only downside of that is everybody has to have a VR headset,
which we discussed is very unlikely unless everyone happens to have their own and they're all in their own places or something, or you're playing with randos online or something.
Well, I guess it is called Star Trek VR. Do they call it Star Trek VR? No, Star Trek Bridge Crew. So the question would be then, would you be able to play without VR still? It wouldn't be the same experience, obviously.
No, it wouldn't. And I don't think you'd want to, frankly. Yeah. I think half of the battle there was that you were in VR.
And if you guys didn't notice, I put it on during the stream, but they were using the Oculus Touch versus the game controllers.
Yeah.
Which is kind of Oculus's response to the Vive having their little triggered handset things, which makes it even more realistic because it has hand tracking then. It was interesting watching them set up for that because you're like, I talked to Tom, and I was like, that's gonna be interesting because there's so many things they got to set up for VR that could go wrong here.
Especially in a group that large as well. But what I really enjoyed about that section was it was LeVar Burton. Like, that dude came out, and it's nice to have someone that is kind of brutally honest about their personal opinion on everything. And I think that LeVar came out and he didn't give the opinion of a game developer. He didn't give the opinion of even a fanboy. He gave the opinion of an older gentleman who, not in his wildest imaginations, could picture being able to do the things that he did during that VR section.
It's weird because to him, he was on the Enterprise.
Yeah.
But this is probably more realistic than when he actually shot in. Because a lot of times they're on blue screens, green screens. They see nothing. It's all put in after the fact.
Yeah. So
even if it's practical props, there's maybe one or two things.
That was kind of cool to see him with this kind of childish glee talking about it and how it was a game changer and how it was something that he wasn't ever expecting to be able to experience in his life. And that's the shit that I like when it comes to VR. Don't tell me what it is from a gamer viewpoint. Don't tell me that it does so many clips per second or whatever. I actually want to hear how you feel when you use it. Is it a game changer, or is it something that's just stilted and weird? And he gave me that. And I hate fucking interviews in the middle of conferences, but I actually enjoyed that interview. I think I got a lot more of an idea of that game from LeVar than I did from, honestly, like, watching it. Yeah. So, but there's some folks that are super stoked on that, and that was one of the moments that they pulled it back a touch for me.
This one, this is one of those games I'm still lukewarm on, for Honor. They announced it last year. I was all hyped for it. They showed the multiplayer last year. It was cool. Arena battles, whatever. I said in the pre-show I want a single-player campaign. Well, they
delivered.
They gave us a single-player campaign. And it looks interesting, but it's kind of like the rest of the conference. It feels very generic with doing the tropes and all that.
Yeah, I mean, there was some person mentioned on the chat while we were going through, I forget who it was, that it reminded them a lot of Dynasty Warriors, which it definitely did. I got elements of Shadows of Mordor in there as well. For those of you that played Shadows of Mordor, the graphics look great. Like, the actual, like, the battlegrounds and everything looks superior. But from what I could tell, it was largely just get from A to B, chop anything down that's in your way. It looked like, and we were speculating this, but like when you had the white circle around the character. And then you'd have like that little hitbox that came up, and it would say like R on this side or
and it
R
had like
the
a shape
top.
of shield.
Yeah, we were assuming that you hold like the right stick in that direction to kind of counterbalance wherever the blow is coming from, which is, I mean, that's cool, but at the same time, like kind of like, underwhelming.
Yeah.
And
well, the other thing too I mentioned to you was there's one scene where they were going up, they're up the castle wall and going over like a bridge or something, and there's 5 enemies there, and only 1 is attacking you. There's 2 that were running up the stairs.
Yeah, the other guys are just kind of standing around.
Yeah, and like I don't get why they. I mean, they if it was real life, they'd start attacking you.
Yeah.
Like I get they want to go for scale and all that, but if there's nobody else there for them to attack, they're going to come at you. And I just felt like that to me was the moment of like we were talking earlier about details.
Yeah.
They didn't have the details in this game.
I did like the little trailer they had though.
Oh, it was
the guys fighting, but at the same time,
dude, it was awesome until they got to gameplay.
It's so awesome until they showed the game.
Yeah,
it's pretty
like,
much the story of the Ubisoft.
So if Ubisoft, if you want to make a movie,
yeah,
pick that one.
That's a good one.
Pick that one.
That's way better than Watch Dogs.
Yes, pick that one.
Yeah.
What do we got after that?
I personally had Trials of the Blood Dragon, which was one of the most surreal moments during the conference. Those 2 guys that no one knew who the fuck they were came out like the Dudley Brothers and just
wearing
I don't know
leopard
what
prints.
they were doing. We laughed a lot when they came out. It was one of those moments where like, okay, this is one of the things that they talk about in the cringy moments in your Game Informers and whatnot. But you know what? I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
I love Trials. I don't know how I feel about that game because
you never played Blood Dragon, did you?
No, I've only played Trials. So it's weird. It's a weird combination of the 2, and I don't know how. I mean,
I love the aesthetic of it. When it came up and it looked like Saved by the Bell, we were saying it looked great. But I was a fan of Blood Dragon. I like Trials. I'm not a big fan, but I would play them. And I liked that with this particular game, they didn't have you on the bike all the time. Like they showed sections of you running and shooting and things, and then you would be on the bike sometimes. And
yeah, I didn't like that. I want to be on the bike.
You want to be on the bike the whole time?
Or a unicorn, like that last one.
Or a unicorn.
That was fun.
I picture a unicorn showing up somewhere in that game, judging, or a dragon, I guess.
Yeah.
Judging by the style.
One you did miss, and I think was intentional, was Grow Up.
Oh yeah, fuck that game.
Grow Home wasn't. I didn't like Grow Home. I have Grow Home. I've played Grow Home. I tried to get into Grow Home. Could not get into Grow Home. And like, I don't know. Why did that game need a sequel?
No one asked for it. That's
no, when they brought up like the indie, like that indie section, when I saw him fly across, I was hoping there's gonna be like something else to fly across. Be like, hey, here's the indie games we're working on, and then it's like, here's a sequel to this game we did well on. Well, nobody fucking cares. Like,
no one was asking for that.
There's very few indie games that deserve a true sequel out there, and that was not one of them.
That was definitely not one of them. Like I said in the chat, I have very few fucks to give about that series in general, especially the fact that they're boldly coming out with a sequel that just I don't think it earned. I don't think it earned it. I think a standalone game would be fine. It is what it is, you know. Like I said, I'm sure there's someone out there that really wants to play that game. I am not that person.
I just want to point out we have the stream up on the TV, and I just saw me to go like this, and it distracted me for like a good 12 seconds. There, I was like, "Whoa!" I'm moving my hands.
You're on a delay.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed movie. First of all, why did they have it here? Second of all, why is it a thing? Third of all,
why is it a thing?
What the fuck? Let's start with the first one or the second one. Why is it a thing?
Hey, A27. Okay, so
nailed it. Done.
So, God, yeah, and again, called it at the beginning of the fucking thing. We both said, I bet you they show some Assassin's Creed movie stuff. They did. Why? Like, this is a fucking game conference, Ubisoft. Stop dancing. Stop showing us movies. Just fucking, you know, if you have anything on Assassin's Creed, show it to us. If not, shut up.
And what would have been nice, it would have been better even if they just give us the trailer.
Even then, like, it's been out forever. Like, who fucking cares?
Like a
show us a new trailer.
That's what I'm saying.
Or have Michael Fassbender come out and play Assassin's Creed fucking surrounded by models or something. I don't know. Just do something.
Give us
something more interesting. But
I think because David in the chat was made a good point that they're probably there to kind of save face, save butt, hopefully sell tickets because they realize how much trouble they might be in.
And I think it's because they've always had an Assassin's Creed, and this year is the year when they said no to Assassin's Creed. They said, okay, we're going to
go the Assassin's Creed slot. Assassin's Creed.
I like how Aisha tried to play it off as well, like, oh, we're going multi-platform. No, it's not funny. It's stupid.
I don't know how I feel about her as a host. She had moments.
She's okay. I don't dislike her. She's fine. But I guess it's just, I don't know. It's very punny, isn't it?
Yeah.
But she's a comedian, so what are you going to do? But yeah, Assassin's Creed movie, sure, I'm sure it'll be fine. It's way less frustrating than the idea of a Watch Dogs movie, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Well, it was like
yeah.
they did that, and then Watch Dogs, and then by the way, Watch Dogs movie, you're like, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, that's, I mean, talk about things that no one asked for.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
It's weird. I'm speechless. That happens very rarely, but like, if you look at the game developers that have done things, and you look at who's done well so far, the companies that have done well so far, and it's a very easy thing to do, in my opinion, is they've listened to their customers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, EA tends to always be out of touch. Bethesda, always in touch.
EA is very business orientated.
Yes.
Bethesda is very customer orientated.
Yes.
Ubisoft is very themselves orientated.
Yes.
They just
even the Microsoft
they think
one, though.
they know what you want. Unfortunately, they don't.
Even Microsoft had a lot of the times where they were in touch with stuff, and then any other stuff. Even the stuff we didn't like with Microsoft wasn't like out of touch. It just wasn't our stuff.
It wasn't insulting the same way that Ubisoft stuff is,
Yeah,
and it's like, and I don't know whether it's just because they do it with such a gleeful look on their face, like, oh, this is the thing you guys have been waiting for, yes.
No,
in their
especially
weird
at the end
French accent.
when Yves came out to announce Steep, and me and him were like, "Oh boy, here comes something good!" And then we're like,
Yeah,
I think you guys were doing it too. Where it's
fucking
like,
mountain.
I think it was Grotto or something. It was either Grotto or Blue. I can't remember. But basically, the story of this E3, from what I've gathered, is at least it looks pretty.
Yeah,
like that's every game I think looks good.
Yeah,
graphically
and this generation, it's about time they started looking like that. But at the same time, that's not enough anymore.
You need
guys.
gameplay. We have a couch conversation on that.
Yeah,
you need
have to have
combination of all
gameplay. You can't just I mean, Naughty Dog, when they come out with these graphically amazing games, always back it up with incredible gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that's sorely lacking from a lot of this roster this year. I don't want to say E3's been a bust so far, because I think that Bethesda really, really killed it. I think Microsoft did way better than I was expecting them to.
Yep.
That's a
Sony is going to... Tonight's going to be interesting with Sony. To be
Sony, I'm super stoked for, because I'm always super stoked for Sony.
I'm concerned for you then, because... I have no expectation. Like, I have a couple things. I'm like, cool, I'd love to see this, but I have no expectation.
Sony always pulls it out, man. I don't care what anyone says.
He's a fanboy. I'm not.
They always do. They always win. I've never seen Sony lose in my own head.
Last year?
There was 1 year, I think, when... No, they didn't fucking lose last year. Get the fuck out of here.
Last year was
Final
bad.
Fantasy VII, done.
They didn't show anything about it. They just talked about a bunch of shit that's not real.
I think there was like 1 year when I think Nintendo beat them. Fair and square.
Was it the Wii?
But I've never seen Microsoft beat Sony.
Was it the Wii? Like, haha.
It might have been the Wii. Or I don't know if it was I think it was the one after the Wii, actually. It was like the 3DS one or something, where they just went like boom, bap, bow, and they just like hit with all the heavy hitters. It was great.
I think so far as Bethesda's
winning E3 currently. I think that's hands down what's going on. I think Bethesda beat Microsoft with way less games.
Mm-hmm.
But Microsoft had a giant conference, which was awesome, and we enjoyed
quality over quantity.
Yeah. We enjoyed the Microsoft conference greatly.
You also have to remember with Microsoft is they have way more cooks in the kitchen, way more people they're dealing with.
They have a lot more
Bethesda
to do.
Like,
Bethesda had like an hour, and
Yeah.
Microsoft had what, 2 almost?
Almost 2. That was a long one.
Okay, so let's do grades so far, because we haven't done that yet.
Yeah,
so
let's do it.
Your grade for EA?
EA, I would give.
And also, chat, play along. Grade for EA.
EA, I would say probably I'd give it a C minus. I don't think it was bad enough that it would, because to me a C minus is average. I don't think it was bad enough that I'm mad at them, but it did not meet expectations.
Gotcha.
I'm
going to give them a stern C. I don't think they earned the C plus. I don't think they went as bad as C minus, because they had Battlefield, and even though they didn't show a lot of it, Mass Effect, and even though they didn't really show any of it, there's some interesting looking Star Wars stuff on the horizon.
See, that's what bugged me is they didn't show. They talked about, like, I'm a fan of, if you're going to bring something to E3, show me something.
Yeah. And I totally get that. But that's why I'm giving them a C, though, I think, because Battlefield, they kind of made up for the Battlefield trailer thing by having an hour's worth of a 64-player match afterwards. It wasn't during the conference, but they mentioned it during the conference, so I'm including it in my...
somebody smoked a joint. Yeah. Can't remember which rapper that was. One of them smoked a joint on Livestream. That was cool. Yeah. There's a video of it. There's like a 15-second clip of the camera turns to somebody and he goes, the lights up, and the camera turns away. Can't remember which one it was.
That guy was going to get shot a lot after that.
Ali says F. EA, Tagato says C.
EAC. All right, we go to F.
The East Australia Current. That's a Finding Nemo reference.
Okay.
Xbox showed more. Well, Xbox showed Battlefield, but it's the same stuff we saw. So Bethesda, what would you give Bethesda?
Bethesda gets a strong, I'm going to say B+. I'm not going to go A because I did enjoy it a lot and there was a lot of good stuff there. But I think only B+ because some of the stuff disinterested me, like the Doom stuff, but because of a lack of stuff. And I think, they're, to be fair, they're a publisher. They're not, like a giant like Sony or Microsoft. I wasn't expecting there to be a lot, but I think when you're competing with those guys, which I don't know if they necessarily are, I would give them a solid B+. For me personally, there was a lot of good stuff in there, a lot of solid stuff in there. Some of it was like remasters and stuff, and that's fine. Everyone wanted that. Fallout DLC, that's fine. But there wasn't anything mind-blowing to me like there was the last time with Fallout 4. Dishonored looks great, admittedly, but mind-blowing, no. Just like a good, solid game. Yeah. So I'm going to give him a B+.
I'm going to give him an A.
Okay.
And the reason I'm going to give him an A is everything was solid, even if I didn't like it. Like you're saying, there's Doom stuff I'm not probably going to get. But they came out and had a lot of things we didn't expect. So
Snoop was the rapper, I think.
Snoop, okay.
There you go. Well,
Bethesda A++. Bethesda A.
Right?
So I'm gonna give him A. The reason being is they started with Quake, that we did not see that one coming. We predicted
that was true. It was a good surprise.
Good surprise. And the other reason that kind of set it over the top was the VR stuff, which makes me excited because that's a good developer working. As you know, I'm a huge VR fan. I want VR to be successful. Granted, it's on the Vive, but that means a big developer, AAA developer, is working on VR that we know of now that is not first party.
Well, we know that they're working on VR for existing games, though.
Yes.
Like, I wanted to see something new. I wanted to see, like, okay, this is an experience we've crafted for VR with our talents. Here we go. So, again, that's why I'm sticking with it.
I'm trying to think. I'm looking at my notes from last night because it was a long time ago. Prey was the other one. That Prey thing
looked great.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah, Prey looked absolutely
So that's why I feel like they smacked me in the face with the things I didn't expect, and at the same time, everything that I expected was what I expected and or better than I expected. The Fallout DLC, we knew there was going to be Fallout DLC. The Nuka-Cola one, or Nuka World, had been rumored to be true. The other two I had no idea about, and as soon as they announced that Vault one, like I said in the pre-show for that stream, the Vault DLC to me was the greatest thing they could have done, and that's what they did.
It was a good one. And then we had Microsoft from this morning.
What
do you give that? We already sort of did that a little bit, didn't we?
Yeah,
earlier?
I think so. I don't remember.
I think I gave them
you gave them a letter.
I gave them a B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
bit under Bethesda, but not terrible.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably B in my book as well, just because they were solid all the way through. Like I said, the only lull they had, in my opinion, was the Minecraft stuff, which is just I don't care about Minecraft, and I can't knock them for that because that's just me
personally.
But everything they showed was solid. They had a lot of gameplay, maybe a little too much at the end for Dishonored, but I get why they did it because it was not Dishonored.
It was anticipated quite highly.
Yeah, it was. Was Dishonored?
Oh no, that's Bethesda you're thinking of.
Yeah.
They did Battlefield at the end.
Battlefield at the end.
No, and then they did the Scorpio.
That's it. Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking Bethesda. Hold on, I gotta look at my notes here. Oh yeah, because they had all the hardware. Yes. So they announced all the hardware we expected. The Slim was exactly what it was rumored to be, but then they came out with a few things that were just like, oh, check this out. And it's hard for Microsoft to come out and be like, hey, here's something new, because they don't do too many games themselves.
Yeah.
But
I liked it.
Solid.
I mean, and I'm not the biggest Microsoft fan when it comes to stuff. I don't dislike them by any means, but most E3s I kind of almost expect them to be lackluster. So for me, it was a pleasant surprise that they seem to stick to the narrative, and they seem to come out with some decent.
We Happy Few, Sea of Thieves.
We Happy Few definitely
for you.
It was the biggest part of my session.
Halo Wars 2. God, this wasn't that long ago, but it's like my brain is fried at this point. We have one more conference to go.
Yeah.
I think Forza, that was the other one. The Forza Horizon one was what got me hyped.
Yeah.
The other one that got me, the part that got me kind of lulled was the Xbox Live.
Yeah, that was another weak point, but mostly solid. Solid compared to what we just saw. Solid. So then again,
what we saw was a floppy wet fish. We just had a sushi.
Yeah. This one, Ubi.
I don't think there's anything. That's the sad part. Other than South Park, like I'd give it if take South Park out, they have an F.
Yeah.
Take South Park out, there's nothing there.
Yeah. South Park pushed it to like a D.
I was gonna say that was my because
I'll give it a D.
You're gonna give it the D. Just gonna give it the
South
D,
Park
everybody.
gives it the D.
South Park probably would. This sounds like something they would do. We should tweet at everybody go tweet at South Park and be like, Level 2 gave you the D. Well, they didn't give them. We give Bethesda the D, but
Ubi.
That sorry.
They were saying Ubi for the whole conference as well. That was pissing me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I said, South Park I think is the only thing that redeemed that at that point. I mean, like Henry, you said you expected the Just Dance. It happens. It's whatever. That's something you expect. But after that, you had South Park. When South Park ended, I was like, okay, what's the next big thing that they're gonna do? And it just every big thing that was supposed to happen just kind of.
Yeah, it was. I think my tagline for that Ubisoft conference was underwhelming, and like I said at the beginning, and I think that every game that they showed that we were kind of a little bit hyped about before, we actually came away feeling worse for. And I don't know if that's something that that everyone felt. I don't know if it's just me and you and most of our chat.
Well, it's funny because James, like, I give it a D+ because I'm Canadian.
Oh, fair enough.
But it'll be interesting to see, like, obviously when they're doing I'm pointing over here because that's where the computer is. But when they're doing their live stream, they're pulling up the tweets that are good about it.
Yeah, there must be so many bad ones. In fact, we should probably check into that and see.
Let's do it. Let's pull up Ubisoft on Twitter real quick and see. 'Cause I'm sure it's trending at this point.
Yeah.
Like I said, Steep. I got into. Oh yeah, the unique controllers from Xbox. Forgot about that. God, there's so many things. I'm just like,
we talked about those before.
I know, but that's another thing that kind of caught me off guard.
So what do you guys in the chat think about Ubi? Do you think it was underwhelming? Do you think that you came out worse for wear than you were supposed to? Were you supposed to, get more hyped? What we got?
Dr. Giro Day. Watch Dogs 2 is an underrated fishmonger's idea of what teenagers and hacking looks like. Shoutouts at Ubisoft, designed by committee.
Wow.
Okay, Steve. Looks really neat. Ubisoft being involved concerns me, though.
So lots and lots of not so nice tweets on Twitter right now. You guys should go check it out and see what's up on there. So I think we're gonna probably end it here for Ubi.
Mm-hmm.
And
probably take a little break and then.
Yeah, we're gonna take a break because we've been doing this since really early this morning, back to back, and we have Sony coming up later.
Sony is at
8, I think, for us. 8 Central.
9 Eastern. 8 o'clock Central, 9 Eastern. So in 2.5 hours.
Right.
And we probably will live stream somewhere in there.
Between. So we're going to take a break, maybe grab something to eat and whatnot. We might try and live stream something for you guys.
Honestly, I have a headache right now, so
something to do. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
And if not, then don't hate us. But we will be back with the Sony conference later tonight. And that one, for me, is always the most exciting because that's the cherry on the cake. And we know we have Nintendo to go tomorrow, and yes, we will be doing it for Nintendo again tomorrow. But I think Sony is really, to me, it's almost always like the end of E3 is Sony. Like even though Nintendo comes after, you kind of just Nintendo's just like the little kid that sits in the corner and plays with his own toys. Sony is really the biggest part of the actual E3 experience. They always have a late night slot, which is always good for them. And by that time, Ubisoft have already let everyone down to the point where it can only get better. So, that being said...
Sorry, I'm reading the tweets. There's actually some nice tweets in here.
There's some nice tweets?
There's some nice tweets.
All right. End the stream.
End the stream, sorry. Everybody's like, South Park. I was like, South Park.
Thank you so much for watching our Ubisoft coverage, and we will have some Sony coverage for you later on tonight.
Tonight at 7:30.
7:30.
7:30 is when we start the pre-show.
Pre-show show.
So, yeah. Bye, everybody. We'll see you then.
Bye.